The following is a presentation of The Day.
A beautiful Friday evening on the campus of Griswold High School sees a crowd anticipating promise in a D3 matchup that features the very scary, the very enticing home Griswold Wolverines and the upstart, the Bacon Academy Bobcats, who everybody is waiting to see just where they really stand. And tonight, these two teams are going to go at each other, and someone will have the trajectory in Division III at their feet. All the action live on game day. On game day is brought to you by Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates, because the crowd might be divided, but when it comes to your legal team, the choice is clear. You want Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates, because they're the legal team that fights for you. They fight for you and your family. After you've been injured, you know what happens with Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates? Well, I know you do, because you voted them the best law firm 6 years running in the day, because you know what? Their team of attorneys brings strategy, teamwork, determination to every single insurance claim. Whether you win or lose on the field, if you need real results in the real world, the legal team to call is Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates. They're in New London, they're in East Greenwich. You can get them at 860-MMB-TEAM or go online to mmbteam.com. So why have just one attorney? Why have one when you can have an entire team? Casey O'Neill along with the coach, Jose Pasta Sanabria, as we are very excited to be here at Griswold High School. And Coach, this is going to be one that I think we've circled a while ago. Bacon Academy got off to the undefeated start. Now they're 3-1. Griswold has been cruising since an opening season loss. This one should be a good one.
This will be a definitely good chance for both teams right now. And both being 3-1, we would never expect it to be this way. They're talented. They're warming up. They look great. All the players are playing tonight, so I'm excited.
We are now entered our part of the program. It's What's on the Menu, brought to you by Phillies.
This is Phillies, and welcome to What's on the Menu. Pull up the Phillies and order a cheesesteak and get 10% off. All you got to do is say every day is game day. Yeah.
We are on the Phillies pregame show, What's on the Menu. And so, Bacon Academy at 3-1. They got off to 3-0 start. A little hiccup last week against New London where they hurt themselves with a pick six and some turnovers that ultimately came back to bite them. Right. But Coach Ladiga has this team playing very well across all three facets of the game. Offensively, they've got a 3-year starter at quarterback in Riddick Burrows. They've got a good-sized offensive line, and the brothers Jinek are back in the fold. Joey G and Eddie G are back at running back and split end, and that has provided a spark to an offense with Lucian Dean that is able to move the football. They went from a triple option offense last year to a spread this year, and they are a very good, solid offense. Defensively, they have good speed. The one thing they haven't been challenged with this year is a really dynamic passing offense, and that's something they're going to see from Griswold tonight. Coach Wilcox has the three-headed monster of Mills, Cutter, and Waters, and they can score points in bunches. But the thing that stands out most to me about Griswold, and this is what I've said, they shut out Ledyard. Yeah. And that is something that I can't kind of wrap my mind around, because we saw that Ledyard team and how good they are offensively, and Griswold held them scoreless. So a lot to look forward to tonight in this one.
Yeah, definitely that defensive front for Griswold is dynamic. And what they do, I tell you right now, if any defensive lineman can hold double teams and allow the backers to make plays, that causes a lot of disruption for the offense. So I'm going to see some action and hopefully see if Bobcats can play against them.
So when you're looking at the Griswold defensive line, I talked with Coach Mike Siricchio at Ledyard, and he said the guy that really caused them a lot of problems was the nose, 54. Yeah. Kamani, he goes by Kiki Boyce. He's a baseball player, very good, and he's a monster, number 54, and he's in the middle. And he was very disruptive to the Ledyard center, and that forced that triple, that option that Ledyard likes to run out of sync. Well, tonight, even though Bacon's operating from the spread, if he gets penetration against their center, Michael Theriak, if he gets to move Theriak around, that means that there's going to have to be doubles coming from the guards. Right. It means a back's going to have to stay in. It's going to be very disruptive. Bacon wants to get the ball out quickly to multiple receivers, but they have to have some kind of ground game if they're going to be involved in this thing offensively. So Boyce could very well be a key. And just like everything's better with Bacon, that looks like it's a hot dog.
Yes,
so
with mustard.
So that's a hot dog with mustard. It probably should have some bacon on it. So let's talk a little bit and get right into the Rich's Auto Body keys to the game.
Right on.
Here are the keys to the game. This is Rich's Auto Body's keys to the game.
As for bacon right now, they have to have, number one, creativity. Most of Griswold's opponents have been unable to move the ball consistently, so they got to find more creative ways, a trick play, a play action or two, to keep the Wolverines off balance. You know, can you kick it? Yes, he can, because they have a kicker by the name of Mason Howard who made 3 field goals in a game earlier this season, and he is a weapon. Don't use him as a luxury. Mindful of Mills, that young man's got talent, and defense must know where he is at all times. At quarterback or even setting up for a running game, you got to be aware where he's going to be at. For Griswold, you have to give it to the dudes. Griswold, they have explosive capabilities when, Eden Cutter and Nick, Cool Waters has the ball. No run zone. That's another one we want to make sure they follow. Continue to be the strongest in the ECC stopping the run and hold that swagger for 4 quarters. And then lastly, go with what works. If the ground game is working, there's less to use of Mills. Make sure you can have these players play safely. As a small division, 1 or 2 players out can cause a lot of trouble.
Thank you, Richie Harris. Those are your Rich's Auto Body's keys to the game.
Everyone wants their keys back fast, but you definitely want the job done right. Rich's Auto Body in New London, family owned and operated for 30 years, is the area's most trusted source for quality auto body work. Don't lose sleep over your auto body repairs. Rest easy knowing the job is in good hands with Rich's Auto Body.
So we are on the Phillies What's on the Menu pregame show. We just wrapped up the keys to the game from Rich's Auto Body, and we talked about Colby Mills, the quarterback of Griswold. Well, he's not just an exceptional thrower of the football or runner of the football. He's also a weapon at safety/defensive back. He's also a weapon at punter and at kicker. This is a kid who could be on the field conceivably for almost every play of the game.
Yes, indeed.
So when you say you have to know where he is, you really have to know where he is in every facet. Griswold can probably run the ball tonight if they want to, but the real strength of this team is through the air. And I talked with Coach Sean Latiga before the game, and he says, we match up well against spread teams because we have a depth in the cornerback position. So we can match up a solid corner, a good athlete, against all these spread teams. But Griswold has 2 really guys that need doubles. You need to double Aiden Cutter. You need to double Waters. They both can come from out of the backfield as well as split out. So they give formational trouble, but they're also guys you need to double. So if you're doubling both of them, now you've opened up a single coverage on the tight end, Mason Mills, or one of the other wide receivers. And that's where the depth of Bacon's secondary is really going to be tested. And if they can't generate a pass rush, Mills is going to have way too easy a time tonight. So there's that balance of creating pressure versus, do you drop into big soft zones and let them pick you apart and, bend, don't break. I'll be very interested. Sean Latiga, who is an exceptional defensive coordinator at multiple schools, he's going to have some plan tonight. The question is, what's it going to be? And you mentioned in the keys, Griswold just needs to do what they do and not try to deviate. But the question is, what do they want to do? Do they want to, they want to air it out? They want to run it? What is going to be their game plan tonight? I'm fascinated to see what the choices will be.
Yeah, Casey, I'll tell you right now, you're becoming the Buddha of the game where you're learning and looking at all these aspects. That's what we want to find out. The strength of the team and also what they can do when they have these variables coming into play in game situations. So you're right. All those can come into play. This is why it's going to be a great game with these 2, 3-1 teams. And right now we're seeing Griswold come out and represent their colors, and we'll see Bacon right after.
Griswold, as you see there in the home green with the white helmets. Bacon's across the way in the visiting all white with brand new helmets this year. Love the new Bacon look.
Yeah, it does look nice.
And this one should be a good one. So as we get toward the end of the Phillies pregame show and what's on the menu, my last thought will be flipping it around. Bacon on offense, Griswold on defense. Though Bacon is now in the spread and they like to throw it around to different guys, and both Ginaks are absolutely weapons. Look for Skip Coogan tonight from the tight end position. He's a big kid. He's a lineman who plays tight end. He has that kind of length of a tight end wide receiver, but he can beat single coverage. I think the key tonight for Bacon is if Riddick Burrows plays within himself, he's very, very good at quarterback for that. If he gets out of his sync and in his head and tries to do too much,
that's right,
things can unravel pretty
poised.
Quickly.
Definitely stay poised.
The captains are out, so that is going to conclude our Phillies What's on the Menu pregame show. Big news, as Phillies is opening a brand new location in Groton right across from the sub base. Any day now, you're going to want to get over there and get the ECC's favorite cheesesteak in this brand new spot. As always, Phillies is hiring, so you can be a part of the Phillies family. You want to check them out on the patio at the Mohegan Sun Concert Series. Phillies pregame show here on Game Day. Game Day brought to you by Dairy Queen. I know it's getting chilly out there, but you don't want to forget Dairy Queen is more than just those sweet treats. It's also the place to go for fabulous food, and it's never off-season for the blizzard. Matter of fact, the blizzard's coming. Winter's almost here, so go to Dairy Queen in Groton, Taftville, and Pawcatuck and get yourself all the deliciousness that you need. As always this year, we will have sponsorships for touchdowns and sacks and tackles for a loss. We will get into all of the pregame action as we conclude. The game here is about to head to the national anthem, and we will take our time to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And the band here at Griswold High School ready to go. So before we get to the kickoff, we should remind you that all touchdowns this year on Game Day are brought to you by Great Wolf Lodge. And nothing makes a football family happier than a touchdown. Nothing makes your family happier than a trip to Great Wolf Lodge. They have a brand new location at Foxwoods Resort and Casino. It's the premium place, year-round entertainment, as the weather's now too cold to go to the beach. Go to their world-famous indoor water park. If you like being outside on the ropes, go inside for their indoor adventure facilities, rope courses, zip lines. You've got virtual reality rooms, everything available to you at Great Wolf Lodge. Check out all the low prices, top-notch family facilities. Have a blast at Great Wolf Lodge, home of family fun. Kickoff being from Bacon to Griswold, and your kickoff is brought to you by NFA. If you live in Eastern Connecticut, you belong at Norwich Free Academy. From college prep and career pipelines to arts, athletics, and tech programs, NFA offers more opportunities. Engage your future at NFA. Visit nfaschool.org. Howard's kick comes down to the 20-yard line, where it's taken by Chris Coleman, and Coleman is brought down right at the 26, and that is where the first possession of the game belongs to Griswold. Last year, Bacon Academy put a lot of pressure on Colby Mills. Mason Leake, who is the #1 prospect in all of Connecticut, is now at prep school. He was rushing off the edge, the BC commit, as well as Jacob Cerniglia, who's at Southern Connecticut State University. They put some pressure on Mills. This year, Bacon's going to have to find a way to dial it up. You see Waters, 2, Cutter 1. Cutter gets the first carry, heads to the outside patiently, and finally tackled on the outside after a big gain. That tackle was made by Howard. So Mason Howard with the tackle, but a first down from Cutter. Ball on the 37-yard line, 1st and 10 Wolverines. Cutter 1, Waters 2, if you're wondering. This time it goes to Waters. Waters gets through one level and fights through a tackle, fights through another tackle, crosses the 50, crosses into Bacon territory before he is finally brought down by Coogan. But that is a tough run from Nick Waters and another first down for the Wolverines. Bacon can't miss tackles if they want to be in this thing.
No, definitely, but it was great setup by the offensive line as they made the first layer of the blocking scheme solid, allowing him to penetrate through the hole there, and then he started running his kind of game, the high running intensity that he holds, and those guys got to wrap up and tackle for this game tonight.
The back right behind Mills is D'Amico. This one goes to Cutter. Cutter flowing to the outside. Boyce tries to get out there. Cutter sidesteps one, breaks a tackle in another sideline run. Another close to a first down and more. And right now, Bacon not tackling. They have missed tackles multiple times. They're going to have to do a better job, or Griswold will just march right down the field like they're doing right now.
The defense definitely has to be aggressive in the line of scrimmage. They are at the spot, but they're not playing aggressively to go wrap and tackle. They had that actually sealed. As you see, the corner was unblocked. All he had to do was push him to the inside, but he let him bounce outside. And I'll tell you right now, these talented running backs here for Griswold are showing promise.
1st and 10, ball inside the 30 at the 29. Cutter. Instead, it's a dive to D'Amico, and not much there. First time, good penetration from the Bobcats for a short game. But that's a show-me play.
Yep.
That play is just done to try to just show Bacon, hey, we'll do it, so you can't sell out completely on the wings.
Yeah, and exactly. This is another form of that single wing, wing T style where they find their own variables, and they're doing pretty good with it. That dive is just to let them know where the linebackers would be. If they're still playing inside, they could run to the outside.
2nd down and 9. Waters gets it, heads to the end, on the edge. Patience, speed. Nick, cool, Waters, touchdown, Griswold. The cool waters are running, just like the lazy river at Great Wolf Lodge, and that's another Great Wolf Lodge touchdown.
No doubt.
Flag on the play, and it is against Griswold, so that
boy.
one's coming back. Waters a touchdown negated by the hold. And so I got a text from the junior voice of game day who's watching us up at Westfield State, and he says tell Coach Pasta to look at the walls that Griswold is setting up. And he was like, if Bacon can't penetrate these walls, it's going to be a long night. He's like, they're not getting penetration, and the edges are just getting set too easy.
Yeah, it seems like, when you look at the size of Bacon, that they can outmatch there. It's just that they're standing a little bit taller, and then those offensive line, you can get right into their shoulder pads. You dominate that block, you win that play.
So the whole thing pretty much negated. We're right back to 2nd and 9 all over again. Mills play action. Rolling right, has time. In the end zone, wide open. It's Cutter. Touchdown. If Waters is cool, AC is stone cold, and he's got himself a Great Wolf Lodge touchdown. Stone cold Aiden Cutter. And just like that, Wolverines say, you can't get us on the run? Well, we'll get you on the pass.
It was a great play. Again, it's kind of like a flood action play, so they did a great job. I got to give credit to Bacon. They did cover all that flood zone, but the last receiver is the backside post, and he was wide open because the corner can't play two sides. So great play, great read, and great throw.
So Mills will stay in for the – no, check that. It won't be Mills. They're going to use Sam Kayer, and the extra point is good. And the first score of the game. Watch how much time Mills has. And this is what Coach Latiga was concerned about. Cutter just ran through the secondary untouched. And you can't have a receiver running through uncovered like that, Mills is going to drop that dime every single time. So when we check this play out, it's not just that Mills had all the time in the world. He's able to have vision down the field.
Right.
I mean, look how much time he has.
Well, he gets depth on the rollout, which is really good. It allows him to see all the receivers, and that was his fourth choice, that backside, knowing that, the safety was dropping down to that receiver on the play side. So, one or the other, he's got the dagger to make the play, and he makes the right choice there.
Jinak and Coogan were the two in coverage, and they let Cutter get behind him because Waters was on the front side. And this is what we said, that the dynamic duo with Cutter and Waters both require so much attention. So it couldn't have gotten much easier than that for this dynamic Griswold offense, running the football and then striking with the big pass. And Bobcats are going to have to see what they're made of on the offensive side against this very talented Griswold defense. So.
Yeah.
So back deep for the Bobcats to return this NFA kickoff. It's popped in the air. It looks like Jinak will take it and gets it up past the 25-yard line to the 27. So Joey Jinak with the return, and we'll see the Bacon offense led by senior quarterback Riddick Burrows. Like I said, they're replacing multiple parts of a good offensive line from last year. The center, A.J. O'Neill, has moved on to Westfield State, as well as Colby Talbot has moved on as well. So they're replacing three parts of their offensive line from last year. The
definitely.
Anchor of this offensive line, though, is Julian Dean. Number 66, Julian Dean, 3-year starter at tackle and at guard, and he's going to be the anchor. A lot of responsibility on senior Michael Theriak, the center. Coogan goes in motion, handoff to Dean. Dean up the middle for a short gain, and wrestled down by the center of the line there from Griswold, led by Logan Holt.
Carried by number 5, Lucian Dean.
Gain of 4, almost 5 on first down. That's a good start for the Bobcats against what we said was, again, a defense in Griswold that is notoriously stingy against the run, led by Boyce in the middle, along with Alex Diaz, the two big guys in the middle there. You see 54 and 79. So Diaz, the senior, and Boyce, the junior. Burrows from the shotgun. Hands off again. Cutting inside and rumbling forward for the first down is Dean. Nice cut to the outside, and eventually D'Amico brought him down, but the Bobcats have a first down.
Definitely a good job with the offensive line. Keying on that off-tackle play, they had that advantage where they could seal that edge player there quickly and allow him to get to the outside. So that's something positive right now for the Bobcats.
Burrows heads to the sideline to get the play. I've never quite understood the quarterback running to the sideline and coming all the way back for the play. It feels exhausting just to even think about it, but
that's how we know the quarterbacks are conditioned and disciplined, when they can do that all the time and take a play in.
Burrows hands to Jinak. That's Ed Jinak, and he's got 2 right up the middle. He's brought down by Diaz.
Yeah, Alex Diaz is really good. He uses his hands to engage on the block and then gets off of it and then goes right there and wraps him up before that momentum kind of pushes.
The 2nd and 8 ball at the Bacon Academy 45-yard line. I think Bacon would be happy with a sustainable drive right here. Take some time off the clock. That was a little bit quick on the Griswold side. Billiot goes wide right. Jinak at the bottom of your screen. The other Jinak in the slot. Handoff to Dean. Dean hit almost immediately by D'Amico, and it's going to be a short gain. Ball comes out, but they said it was wrestled after he was down. So they're going to mark him after a gain maybe of 2 to bring up the big 3rd down and 6 for Bacon, as the ball is just shy of midfield.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 situations is, it's attainable, but, you don't want to be in those 3rd and long situations with a defense that has a defensive line that can get to the quarterback real quick. I mean, their linebackers are really swift and nifty, and what I'm seeing here is that they read well. They actually can get off their scheme and make it to the play quick, and that's why they knocked that play or neutralized that play last time.
Burrows from the shotgun. In the out pattern, and he had Coogan incomplete, well covered by Waters. And that was right on the hands of Skip Coogan, but great defense there and Waters knocks it away. It's going to bring up 4th and 6 from right in the spot where Bacon's probably going to have to punt this thing away.
So far, it looks like the quarterback is getting the play in. But who knows, Casey? We've seen formations that come out in offense, and they've been pooch kicking it this season, trying to be deceptive. So we'll see what Bacon can do here.
Well, Cutter still thinks it's a punt because he was back deep. Now he's creeping up. He's going to come down and play defense against Jinak at the bottom of the screen. Now the coach says, no, they're not going to run this play. This is a pooch kick. Confusion on the Griswold defense. And we're going to get a timeout. Bobcats, I think they wanted to see what Griswold will do. But the Bobcats are going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout. 7-0 Griswold. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Injuries can happen anywhere, on the road, at work, and where you least expect it. When an injury knocks you down, the legal team at Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates is here to pick you up. Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates has been voted best law firm 6 years running by readers of The Day because their personal injury attorneys fight for your fair compensation so you can focus on recovery. After life's hardest hits, let their team of attorneys carry the ball for you. Contact Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates in New London and East Greenwich, 860-MMB-team and mmbteam.com. Why have one attorney when you can have a team?
So Coogan will be back deep to punt for Bacon. Stands at his own 34-yard line, and Cutter will return from Griswold. He's all the way back at his 10. Oh, very dangerous snap. Line drive kick, bounces at the 25, takes a Bacon bounce, but Cutter fields it, breaks a tackle, 30-yard line, waiting to reverse field, and brought down at the 35. Xander Nance on the tackle for the Bobcats, but good field position as Cutter confidently just waits and waits and waits for blocks to get set up.
Very patient runners, and I mean, this team looks like they're fast, but they utilize their blockers pretty good.
So Griswold up 7-0 will have its second possession of the game. It's going to, Bacon's going to have to make a choice. They were bending on the run and they broke on the pass. So they're going to have to kind of make a choice here what they want to do. New formation for the Wolverines this time. They go from a wing I. Wide toss goes to Waters. Waters flows to the outside, and a nice tackle in the open field by Joey Jinak, but not until a gain of 5 from Waters.
Great defensive play right there. That's the way to bring it to the angle and then bring them right back in. And was tackled that really sustained a good play there. But again, you know, one missed tackle, this offense could fly.
I mean, that's really what I'm seeing there is that's a great open field tackle one-on-one by Jinak, but it's not until a gain of 5, and if he misses the tackle, it's a touchdown. That is thin ice to be skating on.
Definitely.
Griswold will stay in that same formation, double wing or single wing I. Handoff this time, it goes Cutter. Cutter cuts inside of Coogan, and he's brought down by Dean and Jinak, but not until he crosses the 44-yard line, and that is a first down, Wolverines.
You know, they all must be coached well in the sense of that running backs always have to finish downhill, and these guys gain 2 to 3 yards just going downhill and finishing a run play. That's helpful for the offensive line right there.
1st and 10, Griswold. They'll stay in the single wing I formation. Play action, pressure, thrown, and it's low and incomplete. Pressure coming off the edge from Lucian Dean, and there's what we talked about. You got to get Mills uncomfortable. He made a nice throw. It was just low and incomplete. It's going to bring up second down, but you got to pressure him somehow. If you let him stay back there, he's too good.
One of the things that we always tell our defensive line when we're coming in, as soon as you become aggressive to him, his clock just adjusts. He knows he's got to get a quick read off of it. If that second read's not good and you put pressure on it, he'll do a bad throw. So that was a kind of good defensive series that I like about the Bobcats right now, is that they're putting that pressure where they need to go.
Second down, handoff. Cutter gets 6, crosses midfield into Bobcat territory. It's going to be 3rd and a short 4.
Crosses over the midfield stripe.
Michael Kroll coming off the bottom of the pile there, the middle linebacker for the Bobcats. Another young man, Kroll, who's back playing football for his senior year. Him and the Ginaks back on the field. Theriak is new, Cyrus Scaramamano. Bobcats, and give credit to Coach Sean Latiga. A lot of new kids that had played football in the past that didn't play last year back in uniform this year for the Bobcats.
That's a great thing for that program.
3rd and 4. And a jump in the middle. He got Jeanette to jump, and that's going to be a first down for Griswold. It'll put him at the 44-yard line. A mistake Bacon can ill afford to make. Got to know that the cadence there. You can't jump on that 3rd and short. Mills, little trap. Waters cuts it to the outside. Cool Waters runs. Cool Waters flies. Cool Waters into the end zone. Touchdown, Nick Waters. Great Wolf Lodge. Chalk up another one. Wolverines back in the end zone.
What a play. That was smooth.
That's a touchdown.
So we've seen one to Cutter. We've seen one to Waters. One through the air. One on the ground. Wolverines either way on top, 13-0.
That was a really good play because it led into the inside game. We'll see the instant replay soon, but you know what I like about that is he is attacking to the outside, comes back across the opposite side, and then comes back with like an uppercut punch of a trap that you call there perfectly, Case.
Kick sails wide to the left, and it'll be 13-0 Griswold. Let's take a look at the patience and speed of Nick Waters.
See the backside tackle and guard pulling. That's a little counter tray there, and he has enough room to cut it. And then the outside third, we always say run to those dots and get to the outside, because if you continue to sprint that way, physics tells you the corner has to run farther, and that's going to be tougher for him to do, and that's why he got into the end zone nice and smooth.
Little over pursuit from the weak side, which ended up allowing the cutback, which is, haven't we seen, and we're seeing it more in high school than ever before. The cutback was not something I remember being prevalent in the high school offense, with the exception of the wing T teams would do those counter traps. But now teams are waiting and designing the cutoff, letting the pursuit come, cut back against it. It's been very successful here this year.
We've seen that last week, with the running backs from both teams, and it's just a natural thing that they're training now with the drills that they use for the running back core.
I think about it in soccer, because since I have the great youth soccer coach, Peter Wappy, to my right.
That's right.
Changing fields, right? When all the momentum is coming in one direction and all the play is coming in one direction, change the field. Go in the other direction. It creates space. If everyone's flowing one way and you go against the tide, you might have to be a salmon for a minute going upstream. But once you get there, well, I'll tell you what you get. You get a kickoff sponsored by NFA, because you got in the end zone.
That's right.
So. High kick comes down to Ginak at the 20-yard line. Joey Ginak heads to the outside, cuts it back inside, crosses the 35-yard line, and the Bobcats will have their second offensive possession at their own 36-yard line with 3:58 remaining here in the first quarter.
Run back by number 21, Joey Ginak. Advancing the ball over to the 36. It's going to be first.
So we saw some success running the ball on the first possession for the Bobcats. Let's see what they decide to open up here. Down 2 scores now. Got to stick to the plan, right? You got to stay with what worked.
So far, yes, and I mean, make sure you got the ball control. Get those first downs. I mean, they did some positive things. They just hurt themselves in the short game.
Burrows on a design quarterback keeper. Nothing there as he's hit by the majority of the Wolverine line, but Steve McCleary was the first one to get him there, number 55 from the line position.
Yeah, it seems like the offensive line, they get engaged, but they're not pushing. One of the things that we've always talked about the offensive lineman is pounding the feet in the ground and keeping it going, creating that kind of explosion to fight through and create the separation between the defensive line. And what I'm seeing is they're just clogging it up. Doesn't give a running back a chance to get to any kind of lane.
That was a nice play from McCleary.
Yeah.
And if your lawn needs some McClearing up, call Hyde Park Landscape and get yourself a Hyde Park cleanup.
Yeah, he's got a green thumb too, I heard.
2nd and 11. Burrows to throw. Quick little screen to Ginak. Ginak gets into open space, gets about 7 yards back, but a good tackle made by Cutter. Now, we heard Mike Siricchio say Aiden Cutter didn't miss a tackle against Ledger the entire game. Jinak, that play, when I first saw it, I thought that had a chance to be a big play. Cutter aggressively came in and cut that down.
Cutter came one way, and I tell you, the other one was 99. Lane Moss, he just flew. These linebackers, they look like small species, but when he grabs and he just kind of wraps up, man, he is like a tick right there on a flea.
It'll be 3rd and 4.
You like that one, right? Whoppy's laughing on that one.
Tick on a flea.
Tick on a flea. That's a double, like vermin.
Double pest.
Boom.
Dean goes in motion. Burrows rolls. Burrows pressured. Burrows deep ball. Has a man, incomplete. That was Howard. And Howard had gotten behind the secondary. He was open. A flag on the play. And that's going to be an illegal shift against Bacon.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because now a 3rd and short turns into a 3rd and long, brother. That's what we don't want.
Except they're going to decline it because it was 3rd and already. So now it's going to be 4th and short. And I think Bacon, I know it sounds crazy, but Bacon's got to consider going for it here on 3rd and 4.
Yeah, somehow right now. Or even go for the ice play right here because it is a 4th and, like, it looks like it's close to 5. But if they get a defensive penalty here, they can get that first down.
I thought Howard had a step. He was behind the defense. Ball was well thrown. It was just a step outside. Howard was looking for a hold. Instead, they got an illegal shift. Bobcats with a little bit of the San Diego Charger look going on right now, or the Los Angeles Charger look. There goes Dean in motion. They're going to run the same play. This time Burrows is pressured, and he's sacked. Getting there first was Jackson D'Amico, and he put Burrows into the ground. Hey, if you've got Burrows in your yard from moles or pests, call Hyde Park Landscape. They'll take care of those for you. Get your yard looking great. That's a Hyde Park cleanup.
Like an Elmer Fudd musket. Woo!
That might be my favorite one. I hadn't thought of that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Burrows, yeah. Burrowing animals can havoc on a
when
yard.
you get that vibe of the names and you get those nicknames flaring, that's when you go into that zone. That
I felt it. I feel good.
I see the aura behind your shoulder pad here.
I feel good tonight. First down, Wolverines at a short field. Handoff Cutter, and a nice defensive play made by the Bobcats. Caden King got there first. And if you want your lawn to be king, you got to call Hyde Park Landscape. That's a Hyde Park cleanup, 2nd and 13. Sometimes the game just slows down, Peter.
It
That's
does.
what they say. Sometimes the game just slows down.
It's called tempo. Tempo.
Beautiful look at the clock there and the scoreboard, 13-0. Griswold 2nd and 13 with the ball at the Bacon 36-yard line. They're staying in that single wing I. Waters is the back. Mills fakes the throw. Pressured by Dean. Throws, and it's caught on the sideline. Was he inbounds?
Looked like that back leg dragged across.
Mason Mills from Brother Colby.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a backyard play right there. That's, hey, get to the rose bush and drag your feet. Mills has did it. First down, Wolverines.
You better share your bowl of Cocoa Pebbles tomorrow for that play. Great catch. As you can see, they're running the flood levels. 3 different level receivers. He was rushed. He got to his 2nd level, and that catch, and that, you can see the leg just drag right across. Great call by the referees right there.
First down, Wolverines at the Bacon 27-yard line. Wide toss to Waters. Waters cuts inside, brought down on the edge. Jinak was in on that play along with Skip Coogan, and pursuit from Lucian Dean on the weak side. But it'll be a first down for Griswold. The chains will move. They'll have it 1st and 10 just outside the 20 at the 21.
You know, it seems like right now the coaching staff has this dictation of the plays that are going to be beneficial while they're running this series. You know, and if they consistently can find these gaps that the defense is showing, all you got to do is call 3 plays. That's what they've been working on right now.
Back to the double wing, Cutter and Waters. Toss right. D'Amico has blocks on the edge and bumped out of bounds by Katie, but not until he's inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal, Griswold.
You know, we were talking about how Griswold's first game, I believe, was the hiccup, and then here they're been showing promise. But week after week, we've been hearing the stories of how well they're playing, and tonight I think they're exceeding the potential that they had before. The way they're playing this fine-tuned offense and a very sound defense. I'm really impressed with this team.
So first and goal from the 9. 41 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Cutter has it, and he'll get inside the 5. Be second and goal right at the 5-yard line.
Get the ball to about the 5-yard line. Second down and goal from the 5.
Inside 25 seconds, so we'll see if Griswold wants to get one more off. To end the first quarter.
It's a very active first quarter. Hey, the clock was flying around today.
If they don't want to get one off here in the last 10 seconds, then we'll take a 95-yard walk, and that's what they're going to do. So the Wolverines are going to let the clock run out. We'll come back with the second quarter action. It'll be second and goal, Griswold from the 5-yard line. 13-0 at the end of 1. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
In football, execution matters. And in legal matters, it's no different. Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates has been voted best law firm 6 years running by readers of the day because from personal injury to homeowner claims, their attorneys move their cases forward with the preparation and persistence it takes to win against the big insurance companies. When the game gets tough, you need a legal team that won't back down. Contact Messier, Massad, and Burdick and Associates in New London and East Greenwich, 860-MMB-TEAM and MMBteam.com. Why have one attorney when you can have a team?
Lots to cheer about if you're a Wolverine because there's a hot dog in the back row. And I always cheer when there's a hot dog.
I always relish the moment.
Oh, listen.
Can I go in?
Oh, listen, you are nothing. Nothing. If not sharp. You're a sharp guy right there, and that was a good one.
Just because you might be broke, bro.
I think I've seen the secret for you. It's got to be 80s R&B or food.
With a slight 90s tune, you got it.
80s into 90s with a little bit of food and mixed in.
I got a fan base right now for the halftime 3 pounds of pasta, and they're saying that I'm supposed to recover this week.
Well, I'm going to give you the option this week, and I think this is the most evenly balanced one because Peter's been kicking your tail, so we're gonna see if you can come back this week.
I heard he broke the record, Tom Hanks, in the SNL competition for 5,000 points in that game.
Second down. Mills. Hands off. D'Amico, nothing there. Well defended by the Bobcats. Sniffing that one out was Skylar Jadzak. And it'll be third and goal. That one is right on the same spot. So right on the 6-yard line, third and goal from the 6.
That was a great job by the defense. You know, your linebacker principles when you're running a game like this is you have to look at the plays. Dive to off tackle to the sweep. Same thing on the opposite side. Dive to off tackle to sweep. And if the play's going away from you, you got to be worried about the trap and the counter. So if the linebackers play that kind of discipline, you'll have actions like this that you'll stop the ball.
Third and goal from the 6, back to the double wing. Mills tosses to Waters. Waters trying to get to the outside, and a beautiful open field tackle made by Skip Coogan that saves the touchdown. It'll bring up 4th and goal, and I think they're going to say he lost 2.
Well, if he lost 2, he must be hacking on something, brother.
If he lost 2, that means that it's a Hyde Park landscape. Sometimes you can overwater your yard, and that's when you need to get Hyde Park involved. So that's a Hyde Park cleanup on the Cool Waters tackle.
Oh, it was an awesome job right there. This defense is starting to see the discipline of how this offense works. And if you're there to make the play and you tackle, you're in a good situation here.
Up 2 scores. They're going to go for it on 4th and goal from the 7-yard line. Mills is going to operate from the shotgun. They are in a huge spread. Bacon will be challenged. Mills to throw. Out pattern, and it's incomplete. He was looking for D'Amico in the Bobcats defense. Holds. Big series there for Bacon Academy. They'll get the ball back deep in their own territory at the 7-yard line, but they avert going down 3 scores.
Yeah, definitely is a good victory for them, but they got to get that offense now to work and get over the 50-yard line just to win that battle first and then work across to get to the red zone.
Now, what was interesting about that play was, A, it wasn't going to get a touchdown.
No.
That play was an out pattern to the 6-yard line. That wasn't going to get a touchdown. And I don't know that that's an easy ball to throw out of that formation. That seemed like an interesting choice.
It's an old school play I'll talk about in a second that's been.
Burrows on the quarterback keeper. And we'll see how much forward progress they give him. I think they're going to give him about 4 yards. So it'd be 2nd and 6, maybe even as much as 5.
Yeah, going back to that previous play, the receivers, it used to be called by Papa Bunicor the looking slide. And that slide receiver is supposed to get to the depth of the end zone or where the yard marker is. That time he didn't, so even if the ball was thrown and caught, he would not got the first down. Got to teach your receivers to get to that line marker or to the end zone to make that play.
I was taught the electric slide.
The electric slide is good. Get to move.
Or and occasionally in the summer, a slip and slide.
Yeah. You know, I still have a slip and slide YouTube that's been there for over 20 some odd years.
2nd and 5. Burrows, another design keeper. And a nice tackle made on the edge by D'Amico. And give him credit. That's Jackson D'Amico as opposed to Logan D'Amico, 3 and number 5. But Jackson D'Amico right there, that was a get down low and get Burrows, because Burrows would have had a first down.
Yep.
Now 3rd and 3. Now it's dangerous.
Yeah.
If you're Bacon, you can't go for it. You're gonna have to punt. That was a huge stop by D'Amico.
Definitely.
Big 3rd down and 3. Ball at the 15-yard line of Griswold. Burrows wants his receiver to get up on the line. Now he says, I want you to back up. Handoff. Dean gets to the outside, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Lucian Dean with a first down over to the 25-yard line before Cutter can bring him down. That's a tough run from a tough young man. That MMA fighting came in handy right there for Lucian Dean.
No, that's the attitude that I wanted to see about Bacon. The offensive line exploded off the ball. Seems like when they're pushed against the wall that they want to go out and get off the ball. You got to do that every time. The offensive line did a great job blocking there, and that's another set of fresh downs that they have right now to move towards 50-yard line.
1st and 10 Bobcats. Ball now at the 26. They'll have Ginak and Dean on either side of Burrows. Handoff to Dean. And a nice job of the interior that time. Boyce comes off of the pile as Dean gets maybe a yard or 2.
Yeah, he's a stout young man, Kimani Boyce there. And I know he's known as Kiki, but I had a good friend by the name of Kimani. I'd say he's a great name.
Can you imagine him? He's, by the way, a pitcher.
Imagine
as well
that.
as a first baseman. Can you imagine him on the mound?
Wow.
I'll tell you what, he looks all of that intimidating. Big 5'4", big 54 for right there. He is Kiki Boyce.
Like a Sabathia?
Listen, I think he would eat Cece for breakfast.
I'll tell you, these two guys here have been playing some good football in the interior. And he's smiling. He's having a good time. So one thing I know that the season's coming into play is when those guys start to breathe and you start seeing that mist coming out of their mouth there, Casey. That's the engines right there working.
2nd and 10. Burrows to throw, out pattern, and it's incomplete. Looking for Coogan. He was hit by Coleman right as he put his hands on the ball. So the diminutive but ultra competitive Chris Coleman out there at the cornerback position comes up, makes a hit, and it'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's the mismatch that you can see right now that Bacon should take advantage of. But the young man's talent, he got a lot of energy for that size and heart. He's playing some good football right now.
Chris Coleman is well known in the Griswold area. The kid's got all kinds of skills. They're waiting on the growth spurt. I mean, he's a growth spurt away of just being something absolutely dangerous, the young junior.
If he needs me help, then I'll help him out there.
Bubble screen to Billiot, and he is pounded.
Wow.
And there's not going to be a lot there. He's fighting. Flags coming in all over the place. I don't know what those are going to be. Maybe a face mask.
Could be a hit to the mask right there.
I think it's going to be a face mask against Griswold. Let's see if I'm right.
You've been on point all season. Let's see what happens here.
Personal foul, face mask against Griswold.
And Casey again leads the way with his Quesadama swagger.
I got to play the number. I got to play the number this week.
That's right. Yeah, all I wanted was some cornbread. That's it.
So that's a big penalty for Bacon because not only is it a gain of 15 yards, it's a first down. And it gets them. You said you wanted to see them get to midfield.
That's right.
Well, they're at the 44-yard line.
Those are the steps right now. And if you think about it, I always say those things that you teach those kids is just to get there. But deep in our hearts as coaches, we're looking at clock management, we're looking at moving the chain, and we're keeping that offense away from the field. So those are 3 great things right now that Bacon's leading the way with.
Design keeper, Burrows. Maybe a yard or 2. Extra effort for 3. 2nd down and 7.
Quarterback keeper, Burrows.
I'll tell you, these linemen can just hold their blocks for another half tick, Casey. You'll see this explosiveness of these running backs. You know, Bacon has some big kids, so just the size alone is an advantage to try to get tackled down. So, you know, if they could break through that first layer, they got some runners.
Trent Smizer was the linebacker or the end that got there and tackled Burrows. Give Burrows credit for reaching the football out and getting a couple extra yards.
How do you know that?
2nd and 6. Ginnack with a handoff. And Eddie Ginnack gets into Wolverine territory to the 49-yard line. That young man is a beast. Low center of gravity, one of the strongest kids on the team. Built like a fire plug.
Well, guess who's running right behind him? That's Julian Dean right there, and he down-blocked the big man and won that battle there. I tell you, if you love the game so much where you as parents on the field can see the play with the lineman first, then the backs, you'll see how things are working. There's a big battle right there between number 66 for the Bobcats, Julian Dean, and Big 79.
So Julian Dean is their, I'll put it in quotes, best, in so much as he is their most experienced lineman, and he is the guy, I would say he's the anchor of the offensive line. He's also strong as Paul Bunyan's ox.
That's right.
And so they're going to rely on him when they need those tough yards. They're going to run behind Dean.
Yeah, that's a good matchup right there we're seeing right down here, 79 and 66. Oh.
Timeout Bobcats on this very important 3rd and 5 with the ball right at midfield. So we'll be right back with Bacon's big 3rd down play. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
On game day, the crowd may be divided, but when it comes to your legal team, the choice is clear. Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates is the legal team that fights for you and your family after you've been injured. Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates have been voted best law firm 6 years running by readers of the day because their team of attorneys brings strategy, teamwork, and determination to every insurance claim. Win or lose on the field, when you need real results, the legal team to call is Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates in New London and East Greenwich. 860-MMB-TEAM and MMBteam.com. Why have one attorney when you can have a team?
Big 3rd and 4 with the ball right on midfield for the Bobcats. Burrows, pressured, deep ball, looking for Coogan, and it's tipped and intercepted. Once again, Nick Waters on the spot. He went up, tipped it to himself, and he intercepts it at the 30-yard line. So with 4:50, lots of time for this Wolverine offense. They'll have it at their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, they attempted to run this little quick screen bubble and let the receiver go by, but he didn't bite down at all. He just stayed with it, and then he tipped his own pass. That was a great defensive play right there and a great read.
1st and 10 Wolverines with 4:51 remaining here in the half. Mills will operate out of the shotgun. Handoff to D'Amico. Cuts it back up the middle. Turns something into nothing before he's wrapped up by Dean. We'll call it a gain of 4.
Number 3, D'Amico with the carry.
So a nice run out of what looked to be nothing.
Yeah.
Ends up with 5.
Yeah, the great defense did a great job keeping that contained back in, but he's a smart kid. Well, all their backs right now are very smart to read that cutback very well, so what could be a loss could actually be a gain of a few yards or more.
2nd and 6, 5, depending on how you want to look at it. 4:13 and counting. Mills will stay in the shotgun, and he'll keep Jackson D'Amico to his right. Motion across is Waters. Bubble screen goes out to Mills. Mills breaks one tackle, stays in bounds, has a first down. Mason Mills showing some fancy footwork. We saw it earlier on the catch on the sidelines. This time, tap dancing along the sideline for a first down.
Yeah, that's a really good offensive series where you take the back and motion him just so he could be the extra blocker for that contained guy. So they had everybody in the first level block. He had a chance to bump off and get some positive yards out of it. The defense right now is playing 4 across deep, so they're trying to keep everything in front of them, but they give that flats up. That's what you're going to get right there.
Yeah, it's Ginnack, Billiat, and Howard, the 4 across for the Bobcats.
Try to say that fast 5 times, huh?
Pressure on the end. Bubble screen goes out, and it's incomplete. Went to the ground. He threw that out ahead of Waters a little bit. And that was interesting because Eddie Ginnack was blitzing on the edge from the outside linebacker position, and they were going to the bubble screen right to that spot.
Right.
So that was a definite recognition and mismatch of the blitz.
Yeah, in college, sometimes the kids will be calling it as a hot read. As soon as you see that backer's coming, turn around and make that pass catch quick because you're going to have the numbers on that side. And yeah, it was a close play. Could have been a big one.
Second and 10. Mills, Bobcats blitz, quick out to Cutter. Cutter, nifty moves, and he'll have a first down. Crosses the 45 to the 44. He is just so dangerous.
He has some agility that's really, college bound. The way he reads and makes his moves is very talented.
So first down, Wolverines, ball at the 44-yard line of Bacon Academy as the clock is down with 2:45 and remaining. Plenty of time for this Wolverine offense.
Shout out to the referee with that nice mullet he got, and he's rocking it.
Mills has time, deep ball, and it's over the head of Waters. Well defended by Mason Howard with a little help out there as well from Katie, and it's second and long for Griswold.
Casey, when I was young, I always wanted to have a mullet, but my hair is not that design. It's curly. So that's why I had the jerry curl, but I couldn't afford a jerry curl back then because it was so expensive, so I just put baby oil after I showered. And guess what? It didn't work either.
There's a lot to unpack in that. There's a lot to unpack in that right there.
But that referee, that side judge right there is rocking it, man. Looks good.
Second and 10. Griswold goes in double stacks. Mills finds Waters, and it goes off his hands, incomplete. That was dangerously close to being intercepted, and it'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Griswold.
The 2x2 set offense is really good because you can run what's called mirrored routes. And against this defense, they want to have one guy short and one guy high so they can make a clear catch. The only thing is they got to execute the plays because these plays, once the receiver catches it, he's already 5 yards down the field. So it's just relax, keep your composure, and let Mills just throw those balls nice and easy and let those running backs use their yak skills.
Strength of the Bacon defense is these linebackers, Dean, Coogan, Kroll, and Ginnack. They're going to need a flow to the football here on 3rd and 10. There comes Dean on a weak side blitz. Mills throws it off his back foot into double coverage, and it's caught because AC is stone cold. Aiden Cutter in triple coverage with the catch. Unbelievable. Mills threw up a Hail Mary. Prayers answered by Aiden Cutter.
That's a stunner of a play there, Casey. We always teach our players, hey, jump to the highest point. And everybody else was just jumping early and not setting themselves for the high point. He relaxed, highest point catch, easy catch right there.
4 Bobcats.
Wow, in the red zone now.
1 Wolverine. When does 1 Wolverine beat 4 Bobcats? Right there on that play.
Yep.
If you're interested in Wolverines, stay tuned for 3 pounds of pasta at halftime. You may have some questions about Wolverines.
Oh boy, here we go.
Mills to throw. Over the middle and incomplete, low for Mills, his brother Mason. 2nd down and 10 from the 13-yard line. Also at halftime, during 3 pounds of pasta, we might have some questions about bacon. So we could have some questions about bacon and Wolverines. 3 pounds of pasta coming up during the Waterford Dental Health halftime show. 1 minute and 42 seconds away. Of course, you're going to want to watch the features on the brothers Dean and the brothers Mills. Bacon Academy and Griswold features also at halftime. We are only 1:42 on the game clock away. Second down. Mills, delayed handoff. D'Amico, and he breaks a tackle and brought down by Coogan inside to the 10-yard line, and Griswold will call a timeout with 1:33 remaining as they will face 3rd and 7 with the ball at the 12-yard line. So Griswold up 2 touchdowns, knowing they're getting the ball to start the second half. They've already gone for it down here on 4th down and goal, and Bacon held. Now you've got a 3rd and just about 3rd and goal. I mean, you can get a first down technically inside the 4-yard line, but two downs here for Griswold to try to go up 3 scores and then get the ball back to start the second half. And if they punch one in here, get the ball back in the second half, it could be night for the Bobcats very early in round 2.
Yeah. It's kind of weird because this game seems to be really close by the score, but the dominance of what we're seeing in the skill base.
Cutter and Waters are the difference makers in this game.
That's it.
And right now you got to get some pressure on Colby Mills. Look for a blitz from the linebackers here for Bacon. Mills, jet sweep, Cutter, breaks a tackle and brought down at the 10-yard line.
Cutter with the run.
Nice job by Coogan.
Going to be a 4th down.
Going to be 4th and 8 from the ball, and the ball's marked at the 11-yard line. So really good flow to the football there from Skip Coogan.
Yeah, the defense, Bacon, has been really battling, and like they're bending but not breaking. I mean, if they win this series here, that's great. But the offense got to get on the ball and try to get this march down here with a short amount of time. May not be able to have it.
Clock under a minute, and it looks like they're going to set up for a Mills field goal. We've seen his leg.
That's right. You called this earlier.
This is one of those games where both teams have a legitimate weapon in the kicking game. And Griswold's going to take a timeout. I don't know if it was because they weren't set up for it yet or not, but we'll be back right after this quick break for the Mills attempted field goal. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
If you live in Eastern Connecticut, you belong at Norwich Free Academy. From college prep and career pipelines to arts, athletics, and tech programs, NFA offers more opportunities than any other high school in the region. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. Engage your future at NFA. Visit nfaschool.org.
We're back, and I'm going to correct myself because sometimes I was so positive I was right that I had to have been wrong, and I changed my tune. Bacon gets the football to start the second half,
That's
so
true.
It becomes, I mean, this is a huge.
You know what, because that was a quarter ago, Casey.
I know. So Mills in to kick the field goal. It'll be a 28-yarder. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it's good.
Wow.
So Colby Mills with the field goal puts Griswold on top 16-0. So with 40 seconds remaining, the Bobcats will have the kickoff and, you know, the possibility of a couple of plays, but a nice making up for the extra point that was missed. Mills got the field goal there, and it is 16-0.
Yeah, I know Coach Greg Wilcox right now is happy with what this team's doing. You know, it's a kind of a game that you know you're going to have those moments where you're going to shake a little bit, but the composure of the Griswold Wolverines right now is so, you know, they're really holding strong, and they're taking this lead right now to halftime with a positive attitude. Look at the band. They're really kicking it today. The stands are all packed. Good turnout tonight here at Griswold High School.
So we'll see if the Bobcats can get a decent kick return. They'll have the brothers Ginak back. And no, check that. They'll have Billiot and Ginak back. So 24 is Harry Billiot and 21 is Joey Ginak. And they are the two main returners for this NFA kickoff. Now, Griswold may not elect to kick it deep, but the two up-backs, if you will, are Riddick Burrows and Eddie Ginak, who are both also dynamic players. So Bacon's got a lot of their best athletes on the field for the bottom 6 of the kickoff. There's the line drive, bounces up to Eddie Ginnak. Ginnak up the middle, and Mills, as the kicker, comes in and brings him down at the 45-yard line. That's what we kind of expected there. So Mills kicks it, and then he and Mason Mills double team on the tackle. So just to be clear, you had 2 Ginnacks, 2 Mills.
Yep. The brotherhoods.
And a partridge in the pear tree. So you got 2 Deans, 2 Ginnacks, 2 Mills. You got 2 D'Amicos.
Oh, he felt that one, though. Mills is running on the sideline right now, grabbing his ribs a little bit. Might have lost his breath there after that hit.
Now, the Bacon offense is not built for 32 seconds, but they have a weapon in field goal Mason Howard who can kick it 40, 45 yards.
That's right.
So if they can get it to the 30-yard line, I bet you they'll at least attempt the field goal.
Definitely.
Burrows will operate from the shotgun. He hands off to Dean. Dean gets 4 or 5 yards, and Bacon in no real hurry to get up to the football. It looks like they will be content to let this thing run down here in the first half.
Looks like that might be the last play. They could get another play off.
So Bacon runs up to the ball. Will they run one more play? They will, but it's a keeper from Burrows. Good yardage, first down, and Burrows will be wrestled down as the half comes to an end. So we are at the end of the first half here at Griswold High School. 16-0 Wolverines, which means we are moments away from the Waterford Dental Health halftime show. There it is. We are officially there. So we are going to send it away. We will have the features on Lucian and Julian Dean, as well as the feature on Kobe Mills. And we will have 3 pounds of pasta when we come back. You're watching Game Day Live on theday.com.
Yummy.
This Game Day Player Spotlight, powered by Joshua's Worldwide.
Mills throws off his back foot, slings it deep, and has his man.
I was really thinking about whether I play or not, and it was a very important decision because I've played since I can't even remember, it was so long ago, but I've been playing with the same guys since that time, and so it's just like it was an important decision. And
Mills with the strong move.
I'm going to play at the next level for a sport, and that sport was going to be basketball, and it still is.
Hayden Cutter throws it out to Mills for 3.
I was really thinking just like I want to really focus on that and be the best I can, but at the same time it was like I knew I was going to miss this sport because I love this sport, and so it was just really hard to come to like a conclusion, I guess.
Over the middle, picked up by Mills.
I was shocked because like I'm finally back from broken arm. I'm gonna be able to play football, and I was looking forward to playing with him because we've been playing together in the backyard pretty much our whole lives, and I feel like we already kind of have that connection. So now I was shocked. Every day I'd go home and be like, "You playing football today?" Keep going home and just ask him if he's playing football then.
Mills rolls right, looking to throw, has a man wide open. It's caught.
My brother really is the one who like pushed me over the edge to play. It was like pretty much the day of, and he was the one that like I guess made me commit to my decision.
Again, great job by Mills.
He was like, it's gonna be my only year that I really get to play with you because he was hurt last year, and he is starting tight end, and I don't know, I just find that would have been enjoyable to spend the last year with my brother playing with him. I've never been really able to do that. So I guess just one last time. No, it feels really good. No, I'm glad he's out here, throwing the ball pretty good. So
Mills will punt.
I never really thought about it at first. Like I can go to college to be a kicker, and I've been told that I'm a good kicker, and so
Kick from Mills is up.
Ansel has been talking about trying to get me to send film to certain people, and so he's always having me work on my kicking, and I never really realized it until now.
Layup is good by Mason Mills.
If we won both, it would be honestly an experience that for like, I guess, a long time I would look back on and say that I won 2 state championships. I think it would be really amazing. Something that's probably not been done many times, especially with this Griswold High School. So I would be like, I guess, honored to be a part of both, especially with the guys I'm with.
Since 1995, we've been revolutionizing transportation with our commitment to exceptional customer service. From sedans to 57-passenger motor coaches, our fleet of over 35 vehicles servicing diverse needs including weddings, corporate events, group transportation, and much, much more. Our 24/7 availability, rigorous safety standards, and state-of-the-art technologies ensures a seamless experience. Join us on your next journey and experience the difference firsthand. At Joshua's Worldwide, we don't just provide a great ride, we deliver peace of mind.
This Game Day Player Spotlight, powered by Joshua's Worldwide.
It's funny, like my experience with twins is I am one. I mean, growing up with a twin it's your best friend. Playing sports together, you always got somebody you can turn to make you better, push you, and everything that you want to do in life. Look up to each other. Somebody that's always going to be there no matter what. And I see that in both Julian and Lucian Dean at the same time.
I mean, I think he's definitely, in a way, my best friend. I know we're brothers. We've been really together our entire lives. My twin, he's like, I've been with him every day. On the field, we're always holding each other like accountable no matter what. And like off the field, we're like friends. We can talk about football, anything, except for when the Panthers and Bucks play. You know, it can get a little hectic, but you know, he's one of my best friends. So
they're very different. Lucian spends more of his time doing Lucian things, whether it's the wrestling side of him, and Julian spends time working with horses at a ranch in Gales Ferry.
We just like that had different hobbies outside of school. I'm big into like fishing, stuff like that. He's not. We just like to do different things. I don't know, time he likes to go fishing. I just do homework. He does MMA. I did it for a little bit. In off season, it's wrestling, MMA, all that. Credit to my dad. You know, he got me into that since I was a young age. It's a hard sport, so it's like it prepares me for everything in life. You know, everything else is easy compared to the stuff like that.
I mean, the only similarity I see is football. I mean, to be honest with you, they're part of the group that were starters as sophomores. They've gone through as much as any of these other seniors have gone through here at Bacon. They're leaders, they're captains, they are relied upon to do the little things, the hard things, to set the example, and they're part of the change in setting the new standard.
Yeah, it's gonna mean a lot. I mean, I've played with them since I went to football in 6th grade. I mean, I've been with them ever since, so it's crazy to think that's been 7 years, I think. So yeah, it's nice to end the season with them and in my football career with them, so it definitely means a lot.
Since 1995, we've been revolutionizing transportation with our commitment to exceptional customer service. From sedans to 57-passenger motor coaches, our fleet of over 35 vehicles servicing diverse needs including weddings, corporate events, group transportation, and much, much more. Our 24/7 availability, rigorous safety standards, and state-of-the-art technologies ensures a seamless experience. Join us on your next journey and experience the difference firsthand. At Joshua's Worldwide, we don't just provide a great ride, we deliver peace of mind.
I'm Maddie.
And I'm Alexa, and we're here at Paul's Pasta Shop in Groton. It's halftime at the game, and it's time for
3 pounds of pasta. Come see us after the game to refuel with one of our signature dishes.
All right, we are at halftime, the Waterford Dental Health halftime show, and it is time for everyone's favorite halftime segment, 3 pounds of pasta, brought to you by Paul's Pasta Shop in Groton. Now, each week I have been breaking out a different quiz based on the teams in the game for Peter and for Pasta, and the truth of the matter is it has been non-competitive. Yeah. It has been like the Killingly Trailblazers against the three of us. It has been non-competitive. Peter has been working you, Pasta.
He's got the zen. I don't know what it is. It's that guru soccer thing, man.
All right, so I'm going to give you a chance. There is one quiz. The first pound of pasta is about bacon.
Well, that's good.
The second pound of pasta is about Griswold and Wolverines. You can choose which one you want.
Let me go with what I know best, the bacon. I'm going with bacon.
Okay, so I'm going to start with Peter, and this is a quiz. 5 questions about Griswold and Wolverines. Question number 1. What 1980s movie franchise starred the Griswolds?
Vacation.
That is correct. Question number 2. What 1980s movie featured the high school Wolverines?
Red Dawn.
Correct. Question number 3. What are the X-Men leader Wolverine's claws made of?
Adamantium.
That is correct. Number 4. Which is not true about Wolverines? They can run 30 miles an hour. They are technically a wolf. They are solitary and not pack animals. They are high-altitude dwellers, or they are known for their pound-for-pound ferocity. Which is not true about Wolverines?
I'm going to say they are not high-altitude dwellers.
They actually love high altitudes. They are, in fact, not technically a wolf. They are not technically a wolf.
Yeah.
And your 5th question here.
Verines.
What conference did Griswold belong to prior to joining the ECC?
Oh, that's a good one.
Was that like a Quinnebog Valley conference?
The QVC, the Quinnebog Valley Conference.
This
4 out of 5. That is
conspiracy
80%.
With the guru. My God.
All right, so now your questions are about bacon. All right, Pasta, question number 1.
All right, here we go.
Everyone knows
Yes.
that bacon is beloved here in the United States.
Yes.
There's also bacon in Canada and Europe, and they are not the same. So the bacon in America is made primarily from what part of the pig versus the bacon in Canada and Europe, which is made from a different part of the pig?
It is the rib side that America loves to make the bacon on. So I'm going with, like, the...
What are you rubbing right now?
The part of the bacon.
What are you rubbing right now? What is that? What would we call that? That's your...
My ribs.
No,
my
it's
hips.
not. No, you're rubbing your...
Torso.
You're rubbing your...
Belly.
That's right. American bacon is made from the pork belly, which is different from European and Canadian bacon, which is made from the pork loin. Pork loin.
I got to watch the butcher shows.
Okay.
I got to get down with that. Give me another one. That's one. I need 4 more to go.
What country is bacon traced back to originally 1500 BC?
I'm going back to the Greek era. I'm going back to 1500 BC. We're going to be that's too close to the comfort here. I'm going to go with Italy.
Peter, would you like to school him on this one?
1500
BC.
1500 BC.
Yep. Everything is traced back to this country.
Well, listen,
We're going to go China.
That is correct, because everything is traced back to China. Come on now.
Shangan!
All right, you're gonna have to run the table now to tie Peter.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
All right, the average American consumes this amount of bacon per year. I'm going to give you some choices. A, under 5 pounds. B, between 5 and 10 pounds. C, between 10 and 15 pounds. Or D, over 15 pounds. The average American consumes this amount of bacon per year.
I'm going to go with D because we always are all about the bacon.
16 pounds of bacon per person in this country. That is correct. And
I feel good about
quite
myself
honest,
now.
a little bit disgusting.
Yeah.
That's a good brunch in my house.
For real. All I need is a loaf of bread, boom,
All right.
bacon sandwiches all day.
Which of the following is not true about bacon?
Okay.
A, bacon was instrumental in the World War II effort. B, bacon, there's a statue made of bacon of Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
C, there was once a bacon dating app.
Yes.
D, bacon was a part of the first meal on the moon. And E, bacon is not addictive. Which of the following is not true?
Bacon something in the moon because...
The first part of the first meal on the moon?
Yeah, because you'd eat it before you get there. That's how delicious it is. And that's like, 9,300,000 miles a quarter out like that?
So A, bacon was instrumental in World War II's effort because they used the bacon fat for glycerin and it was used in bombs in World War II.
Yeah, I know that, see?
There is, in fact, a bacon statue
and
of
there
Kevin
is
Bacon.
Yeah, I saw that.
There better be.
I saw it on Footloose.
And I know for a fact that before Peter was married, he was on Sizzle,
Yes.
the bacon dating app for people who love bacon.
Who said something?
I was a member myself.
Fair enough. And now, bacon was actually consumed in the first meal eaten after the moon landing.
Wow.
E, bacon is not addictive. Actually, bacon contains a chemical that does, in fact, change body. So bacon can be and is considered addictive to some people. And your
My
final...
name is Coach Pasta, and I'm addicted to bacon. Let's admit it.
Hi, Pasta. So your last question.
Go ahead.
Bacon Academy.
Yes.
Was founded in what year? A, 1823. B, 1888. C, 1803. Or D, 1905.
I'm going to go with 1905.
Peter,
I'm going to say 1823 because I know it's really old.
Oh, the old
Bacon
building.
Academy is 222 years old. It was
What?
founded in 1803.
Oh, my God.
222 years old. So, okay.
I should have watched more Schoolhouse Rock on the weekend. I'm sorry, y'all.
Pound 3 of pasta is an open forum question for the two of you.
Here we go.
What is the best use of bacon in food? In other words, what's the best bacon-related food that involves bacon?
The oil, the fat back, the manteca.
No, I mean more like, like you love the scallops wrapped in the bacon,
Oh, okay.
or bacon on a cheeseburger.
Gotcha.
What's the best use of bacon?
Best use of bacon. Well, being Latino myself, it's used in every simple way. So I'm going to say it's best used for breakfast. Like
just a side of bacon on the bread.
Side of bacon.
There's some simplicity to that.
It's a lot because you can slide, and then you tell your nephew to get a plate if you don't like it, and you can get other people and just order it, and you can slide it over. That's how I get my 16.
That's a good answer, but the correct answer is a maple bacon donut from Flanders Bake Shop.
Whoa.
All right, so I'm not going to lie to you. I was prepared with my own answer.
Maple bacon.
I don't know that I can argue that one. I think my answer is very good. I think his answer is very good, but I think you've given the correct answer.
I'm giving it to him just because it tastes good right now. I don't even have it in my mouth.
I was going to say not bacon bits, but when you take actual bacon
Yes,
and chop them up and put them into something that's like a salad, that is,
right.
I mean, there is nothing better than that
forgot
sweet
that.
bacon jet. But
See, you're topping something healthy with something less healthy.
That's right.
you're topping a donut.
Something less healthy and making it even less healthy.
Which is why that is the correct answer.
Yeah, man.
So
Gotta love the bacon.
once again, your champion in 3 pounds of pasta, Peter Wappy, again.
The wizard.
Bang it up there.
Gotta
again,
give him love, man.
Unbelievable.
Talented.
Those are your 3 pounds of pasta. Questions about bacon. Question about Griswold and the Wolverines. And, of course, what's the best use of bacon? Brought to you by Paul's Pasta. We'll be right back with the rest of the Waterford Dental Health halftime show. Griswold on top. Second half coming up. You're watching Game Day Live.
That's all, folks.
On theday.com.
Welcome to Paul's Pasta Shop, 223 Thames Street in Groton, where every bite is a taste of tradition. From our homemade pasta to our sauces, we're passionate about bringing the freshest ingredients to your table, serving your favorite Italian dishes since 1988. Visit our website at www.paulspastashop.com. You can call in your orders at 860-445-5276. You can follow us on Instagram at Paul's Pasta.
Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. Gear up for game day with a winning smile from Waterford Dental Health. Located in Waterford, we're your go-to for top-notch dental care in a relaxed, friendly setting. Whether you need a routine checkup, a cosmetic boost, or advanced treatment, our experienced team has you covered. Enjoy the game with confidence and comfort. Schedule your appointment today. Waterford Dental Health, where your smile is our top priority. Visit us online or call now to book.
Every football fan knows no star player wins alone. It takes a full team to produce a win. And that's how the team of attorneys at Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates handle their cases. Voted best law firm by the readers of the day 6 years running, the attorneys at Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates work together, fighting insurance companies for you and your family. Insurance companies have teams of lawyers on their side, and you can too. With Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates, when you need a winning legal team off the field, call Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates in New London and East Greenwich, 860-MMB-TEAM and MMBteam.com. Why have one attorney when you can have a team?
Second half ready to get underway. We are through the Waterford Dental Health halftime show. 12 minutes on the clock as we start the third quarter. Griswold to kick off to Bacon Academy. So an NFA kickoff coming your way as Colby Mills will bang it deep for in the Bobcats. Will send back Harrison Billiot and Joey Jinak, and whistles as Griswold was going to do the squibber onside kick, but the officials had not said go.
They went on the get set.
16-0, Pasta. What does Bacon have to do to get on the scoreboard here?
Well, get this series here and do what they've been doing best with some of the run games being effective, but run it fast. Don't be delaying. You got power there. Also, try to make sure they can get that pass game in there because you do have some size against some of these DBs that they have over here. Again, just trying to get the ball into the end zone and get some points can start this whole momentum change.
I like that bubble screen they ran to Ginac. I'd like to see them get some quick screens and some quick in routes.
Yep.
This time Mills bangs it, and it's heading out of bounds. It goes out, and so the penalty flag will come down, and the Bobcats can have it at the 35-yard line, or they can make him re-kick it, but I think they'll take it at the 35.
Yeah, that's a good start for them right there. Good field position.
Shutout so far. The Griswold Wolverine defense has played very well with the one takeaway interception, and the Bobcats have moved the ball between the middle of the field, but they have not been able to get into the red zone and punch one in. Griswold scored on its first 2 possessions of the game. Bobcats did a nice job denying them in the end zone, and then, of course, the Wolverines kicked a field goal, and that's where our 16-0 comes up. Burrows on first down, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, goes off of left tackle, not much there, gain of a yard, maybe 2. Waters comes in on the tackle for Griswold.
At the line of scrimmage, gain of about 1. It's going to be second down and 9.
Yeah, this defense tonight has been doing a really good job. Again, those 2 interior linemen been the hub of the defense, making sure that those inside A gaps are stuffed.
It's getting cold enough that I can see some mist coming out of our breath now.
That's right, brother. I'm feeling it. It's the best part of the season.
Burrows to throw on second down, sets up a screen. Beautiful catch made by Dean. Dean breaks a tackle. Julian Dean heads down the sideline. Lucian Dean crosses the 30. Lucian Dean to the 25-yard line before he's brought down by Mason Mills.
Wow.
Great catch. What a catch made by Lucian Dean. And then he showed the wheels heading down the sideline.
Yeah, I thought they were going to add on a little horse collar there. That's a kind of a tackle we've been trying to avoid for years. But he actually got off and made the tackle clean there. But a great play, that slip screen to the back. They had the mismatch there, and the lineman flew out there to make their blocks. And
take a look here.
Yeah, it was
look
beautiful.
Look at the one-handed
well
catch
done.
down at his
See
feet.
the lineman's down there, seal everybody off. A nice little kick-out block, and just speed versus speed. Right here, I got a little nervous because, sometimes you don't want to have that yank back and the flag come in there and adds on some yardage. But, man, the momentum has changed right now.
Burrows hands off to Ginac. Ginac trying to force it through the middle of the field, nothing doing. Lane Moss had him for a short gain. Is it bad that every time Moss makes a tackle, I want it to be a tackle for a loss, so I can have a Hyde Park thing waiting on the Moss?
That's right. Moss for a loss with a Hyde Park toss.
Oh, I
like that.
I was just thinking about when you don't take care of your lawn, there's moss growing all over the place. But
That's right.
Moss for the loss on a wow, Pasta, you should be doing this.
That's because next week we got to wear Run DMC gear. We're
I'll
feeling it.
I'll take the quizzes against Peter, and you can do
I'll do that. I can bring that out there.
Second and 9. Burrows to throw. Looking for the screen. Now he's pressured. Outlet to Dean, and it was thrown entirely too hard, and Dean could not bring it in. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Plenty of time. I was wondering what was going on, that the receivers just kind of numbed up in the middle, but he did have a lane and probably couldn't see him there. That middle receiver was open.
Back in the day when John Elway was a rookie, 2nd, 3rd year, they would joke that he needed to put a little touch on passes because he didn't have. Burrows right there. All he needed to do was just put a little. But he was 10 yards away and he threw a dot. So the Dean had very little chance. So 3rd and long, 25-yard line. They are within field goal range.
With no safety, their tight end looks like he's viable to just run a vertical and get an easy pass play here.
And Bacon Academy is going to call a timeout because they couldn't get themselves together on that one.
Yeah.
Casey, any out-of-town scores you might be interested in?
I am definitely interested in out-of-town scores. I am particularly interested in East Lyman, New London. Are they playing tonight or tomorrow?
I believe that is tonight.
That's one that I'm definitely interested in.
Yeah.
But, of course, the big one, Killingly and Massad.
So Killingly, with a lead at the halftime, 35-0.
Whippale.
Well,
Way to go, Trailblazers.
Mike DeMoro said
he called it
that they needed to not just beat them. He said they needed to make a statement against Massad. I'd say 35-0 at the half is pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
East Lyme leading at the half 17-7 over New London.
All right, that's right in line with what I said. East Lyme needs to win that game to show they're real, and New London needs to compete in that game to show they are. Okay. Third down here for the Bobcats. Burrows to throw. Pressure comes off the edge. Burrows throws it over the middle. Caught by Dean. Dean cuts it back inside. Dean's going to be close to a first down. What a play by Lucian Dean.
Yes, sir. What a play.
What else you got?
That's a good one.
It's going to be a fourth down. Ball's on the 17-yard line.
Anybody know the score between Griswold and Bacon? If not, come on down and hear us out. He's going for the.
They're going to bring Howard in for the field goal. Ball's going to be placed in the hold of Burrows at the 25-yard line. So this makes it a 35-yard field goal attempt from Mason Howard. Good snap, holds down. The kick is up. It's long enough, and it is good.
Wow.
35 yards from Mason Howard. And it is 16-3. The Bobcats are on the board.
Definitely a positive answer right now for the Bobcats.
Field goal kicker by number 10, Mason Howard. It was good.
So, Peter, can you go through those out-of-town scoreboards one more time? Killingly 35-0. New London trailing East Lyme 17-7. And what was the third score?
Valley Panthers 8-0 over Wilbur Cross.
Okay.
I do not have a Montville Stonington score.
What other scores would we be looking for? Fitch
plays NFA tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
That'll be a good game right there.
Woodstock and Wyndham are playing right now.
All right, so that Fitch NFA game tomorrow is one that we're interested in as well. So Bobcats on the board, 16-3. It's an NFA kickoff. Howard is going to return the Mills favor, kick it out of bounds, and give Griswold the ball at the 35-yard line.
Ball was kicked out of bounds.
Right now, the Bacon Academy defense has to do something to create a short field punt area or even try to get a turnover in this situation to keep them on a positive note.
And Woodstock leading Wyndham 20-0.
Woodstock leading Wyndham 20-0, trying to get their first win of the season. Okay.
They're going to re-kick it there, Casey.
They're going to re-kick it, make Howard go back a little bit, and we'll do it all over again. When's the last time we've had a game with two field goal kickers as talented as Mills and Howard, where teams electing in those areas to go for those length of field goals? That says a lot about the kicking game of these two people. So Howard will be at his own 35-yard line now. Onside kick. Bacon seals it off. Did it go 10 yards?
I'm going to say that it did because the referee's running up there.
If it went 10 yards, Bobcats are on it, and that'll be their ball, and it is.
There you go.
So they said we're going to re-kick it. The Bobcats go on the offensive with the onside kick, and they'll have the ball. They'll be fired up. They're at their own 45-yard line.
A very good move right there. That little tippy-toe kind of kick that actually makes the ball just bobble forward. And then you have those two L1s and L4s coming in front and running, catching, and sealing it. That's great.
That's the key, is you got to go box out. You got to box out the defense. You got to hit that 10-yard mark, get your butt in their stomachs, and get down so they can't get to the football. That was well done. Can Bacon capitalize? Lucian Dean has been the absolute spark plug for this offense so far in the game. Burrows gives it to Dean. Dean gets his head down and a little momentum, gets about 2 yards. As he's approaching midfield, it'll be 2nd and 8.
You know, one of the things I've learned throughout the years when Coach was always telling me to hound out in every play the special teams, you have to remind those front guys in the line to beat your hands out and be ready at all times. If you don't, you have things like this. This could cause a lot of momentum change here. And So far, special teams for Bacon has been showing a little promise.
Best thing to do against an offense like Griswold is not let them have the ball.
Amen.
Burrows to throw. Good pass protection from the Bobcats. Now he rolls. We're going to get a flag. That'll be a hold and incomplete. It's going to end up, it's going to come, it's going to be a second and very long if they do get the hold on the edge, which I believe they got.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that he ran out of a pocket that was really well protected by the offensive line, you know? But maybe he read something there. He tried to get a little lane so he could throw it, but yeah, we'll see what the penalty is.
Officials on the far side talking it over. They're going to march it back, but we're waiting on the official call.
Been doing a pretty good job tonight. These referees are on the ball and letting both teams play really good.
Here comes the official holding against Bacon. They're declining the penalty. Then they shouldn't be backing it up. Oh, they're also calling intentional grounding against Bacon because Burrows didn't get it past the line of scrimmage to a receiver in the area.
That's a tough one because that puts it where he was at when he threw the ball. That's a lot of yardage lost right there.
So now it's going to be third and I think they're in the 28-yard line. So that's going to be, third and...
It's a little football 101. When you're trying to throw the ball, if you throw the ball where there's no receivers there, that's intentional grounding. And where you're marked at is where they're going to leave the ball.
Dean goes in motion. Burrows to throw. Rolls, wants his receiver to go. Throws it into double coverage, tipped and almost intercepted by Cutter. He wanted Coogan, but he couldn't get it there. And now it'll be fourth down, and the Bobcats will have to punt. So after the onside kick, the Bobcats go backwards, and now they're going to have to punt it away. Griswold should have good field position here for their first possession of the second half.
The talent in this Griswold team is just phenomenal. To have the special team players that light up right here. Let's see if something could spark up right now with the field position being in favor of Griswold right now.
Cutter stands at his own 28-yard line. Coogan stands at his own 15. So I would be expecting this one to get to about midfield and watch Cutter come up and fly to try to take it on the run at midfield. High snap handled by Coogan. Kick goes away. Nicely done. Cutter takes it at the 38-yard line. Breaks the tackle and is wrestled down just shy of midfield. Billiot on the tackle along with Burrows, and it'll bring up a first down. Wolverines near midfield. They're in their own territory, but just barely at the 48. So let's see what adjustments they made. Wolverines have moved the ball very well, but the Bobcats were able to keep them out of the end zone on their last three possessions. So let's find out if they change anything here to start half number two. Well, immediately they're going to go to four wide. I think they're going to try to exploit that Bacon secondary, which they saw success in the first half. Cutter comes across. They fake the jet sweep. Instead, they give it inside to D'Amico, and he puts his head down and pushes forward, and he'll have 8 yards on first down. A tough run. Flag down on the play, but Jackson D'Amico had a bunch of yards. We'll see what the flag is.
Looks like there's holding, brother. Around that area when you got those guys blocking and a running back is scatting back and forth. As an offensive lineman, you don't see your running back behind you. So if that defender sees him and he's trying to pull away, it puts you in a position where you look like you're holding. And, offensive linemen don't hold. We just actually grab them for a hot minute and let them know we want a cup of coffee.
Face mask against Bacon.
Oh, there we go. All that for a face mask, huh?
So when those linemen are down there not holding you, you're resorting on grabbing a face.
But they always say that they hold. That we don't hold. We are just curious and fun-loving.
First down, Griswold back to a four wide out set. Hand off to D'Amico, slips a tackle in the backfield, slips another tackle and gets about 5 yards. So every time you think you got to deal with Waters or Cutter, let's not forget that Jackson D'Amico is slippery as well.
Yeah, those three right there are a treacherous threat, man. I mean, just the little things. He's grinding and doing the hard work as that interior back. But what it does, it just opens up spaces. It does help, and I always say when the guys are up top, the referees, the coaches are up top looking, when you have a fullback like that that's making linebackers go in tight, that's when you can use the outside game, and I guarantee you right now that's what's going to happen. Go on the outside and attack.
Trip receivers to the right. Cutter, the sole receiver down the bottom of the screen. He's going to have lots of coverage there. Handoff to D'Amico again to that side. D'Amico tackled by Joey Ginak, but not until he has a first down. Crosses the 30 to the 27-yard line.
That was a little scatterboo finish right there, Casey. What do you think?
Scatterboo mania there in New York with him and Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors. And I got to be honest with you, I couldn't care less.
Yeah, right across the street.
I'm not a Giants fan.
Right across the street of my house, I have a lovely lady who's a Commanders fan and stares at me in the days of the game. And, well, I'm intimidated. I go right back inside and I watch my cartoons.
1st and 10, trips right, Cutter down at the bottom of the screen. D'Amico stays in the backfield, and he'll get it again on 1st down. Better job by the Bacon interior, but D'Amico slithery gets into the linebacking core, and though he was brought down by Julian Dean, it's a gain of 3.
You know, I like what they're doing. You know, some people may say, well, why don't they go back into that solid formation where they can run? You know, this shows diversity, and this also helps when you have a coach that's trying to make this team progress, to have these different formations and run effectively these series. That gives you film time to work with, but that also makes you a little bit more treacherous for the following week. So, yeah, I commend the coaches doing what they're doing here in the offense.
Mills. D'Amico to his left, looks over the right where he's got trips. Fakes the bubble screen, pressured up the middle from Lucian Dean. Now Mills is going to take off. Mills has a first down. Mills bowls right over the top of Josh Cady, and it'll be 1st and goal. Griswold put the head down, and paying the price was Josh Cady.
Oh, what a great job right there. You know, when he runs, you know, you always got to get scared. You don't want him to get hurt. And this is what's happening right now. He's trotting with a little bit of soreness there. But he has a heart of gold because he knew that he had a chance right there to get positive yards, and he wanted to finish off strong. Hustling right back in.
We saw him grabbing his rib side earlier in the first half.
Yeah.
That time as he went over the top of Cady, he came up grasping again. You know, lots of things when you're hitting that kind of contact.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get the wind knocked out of you.
That's
It's very easy to just kind of lose your breath a little bit. Yeah. Mills is right back at it. This time he's going to send trip receivers down to the bottom of the screen. And up top of the screen, he'll have Du Bois. Handoff, D'Amico. And a nice tackle made by Lucian Dean inside at the 10-yard line. Excuse me, at the 15-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 9. So now it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 9. Looks like they marked it up even a little farther, maybe as close as the 8-yard line. So,
and they're really doing a great job munching the clock time here. I mean, last time we saw it, they were up like 6.5, and now we're down to under 4 minutes in this quarter. So it's a great series, a drive that's really doing the main job, chewing up the clock and keeping the offense out.
2nd down and goal from the 7-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 7. Mills gives the Cutter. Cutter breaks a tackle.
Whoa!
AC is stone cold. Touchdown, Aiden Cutter.
Wow.
And he cut through the Bacon line and linebacking core like a hot knife through butter.
Wow.
What a move by him. Wow.
I don't know what to say, Casey. All I can say is up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. The way he cut there, woo! It's a classic joystick play right there.
He was tackled in the backfield.
Yep.
He was tackled in the linebacking core. He was not tackled at all and ended up in the end zone.
Yeah.
That is
that
white.
Step to the outside that made the defender just kind of break his ankles, come back in. Woo.
22-3. In for the extra point is Samuel Kayer. So, snaps good, holds good. Kayer's kick is up, and it is good. And with 3:35 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, the Wolverines increase their lead. It's 23-3. Let's take a look at the incredible touchdown run from Aiden Cutter. And let's see why I call him stone cold, because he is got ice water running through those veins.
Look at Mills right here. He's calling out the defense. Says, we got it here, coach. He's going to make a move here as he gets under. The quick handoff. Now he's right here tackled. Bounces to the outside with that kick out step and then spins. I mean, listen, you can't get any better than that unless you have an Xbox joystick or a PlayStation or even a keyboard. Wow.
So Griswold, as you know, was ranked second in my algorithm-based power rankings. You've heard of Chat GBT. Mine's Chat CBT, Casey's Big Thoughts.
Big Thoughts.
I ran it through the algorithm, and I will say Griswold has impressed me tonight.
Yeah.
But I am willing to say right now that if Fitch puts a thumping on NFA, I might be willing to jump them over Griswold, even off of this effort. I'm just saying. Griswold comes back with their own attempt at an onside, but Coogan picks it up. Coogan breaks a tackle and gets up towards midfield.
That's number 4, Skip Coogan, with the kickoff reception. Gets the ball close to the 45.
So first down, Bobcats.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats.
Bobcats will have it right near midfield. They're going to mark it at the 47-yard line. Now, Bacon slid in my power rankings to 9, and I've actually been more impressed by them tonight. They played a very solid game tonight so far. I mean, we're only in the third quarter, but they've done a lot of good things so far. Burrows stands in the shotgun. Hands to Dean, and Dean is met. Nice job getting low.
What a little studly linebackers, man. Yeah.
That was number 3, Jackson D'Amico. What a good job getting low underneath Dean.
Yeah, he's got a leverage. You know, we always say that sometimes a complementary wrestler-type player is good in these positions. And what he did there was to get that low pad level and neutralize the run game. Really puts his defense into what they're really doing well. It's a little swagger of team tackle movements. Some big guys that take double teams and let these linebackers make the plays.
Second down. Burrows to throw. Has time. Now he's pressured and he heads out. Throw is incomplete. Looking in the area of Mason Howell.
Pass is incomplete.
3rd and 10 now for the Bobcats.
Number 51 for Griswold, Seth Valadares, was after the quarterback on the play. Pass is incomplete. It's going to be a 3rd down.
3rd down and 10. 3rd and 10 for Bacon Academy, and we have a timeout on the field as the trainers are going to attend down to Mason Mills, who's down on the turf. So we'll take a quick break. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
If you live in Eastern Connecticut, you belong at Norwich Free Academy. From college prep and career pipelines to arts, athletics, and tech programs, NFA offers more opportunities than any other high school in the region. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. Engage your future at NFA. Visit nfaschool.org.
Coming off the field of his own power, but moving gingerly, is Mason Mills. The young man who we know missed most of last year with a broken arm is now back for Griswold. He's their tight end. He plays on both sides of the football, and he is coming off holding his left arm to his side.
Yeah.
That is, not an injury we want to see. We wish him the best. And Griswold will be back on defense as the Bobcats have it 3rd and 10.
You know, Casey, to have a team that is this good, the weakest thing that we worry about is health. And if these guys can stay healthy, they're dominant.
Burrows to throw, pressured up the middle, sets up the screen to Dean. Dean crosses the 50. Dean has a 1st down. Lucian Dean with a stiff arm out of bounds. 1st down, Bobcats. Lucian Dean has been dynamic out of the backfield.
Yeah, both offense and defense. He's been putting it all out here for his team and showing promise.
Flag on the play, and based on Bacon's reaction, it's going to be
tough.
against them.
Penalty flag on the play.
Simon Para is saying no, but the call there is against Griswold.
Against the Wolverines.
So first down Bacon. So I think he thought they were getting it against him, but the officials said, no, son, you're good. We're going the other way.
Keep hope alive.
So the Bobcats move the chains. They'll have it at the 30-yard line of Griswold. 1st and 10, down 23-3. So they'll spot it right at the 30, waiting for the football. Now we're going to move forward even more. They're going to move it to the 25. Now they're going to move it even far. It's going to go all the way to the 15-yard line off the penalty against Griswold.
What kind of penalty was that?
I'm still not sure what it was. I never saw a signal, but either way, it's 1st and 10, Bacon at the 15-yard line.
There you go.
Burrows, out pattern. Howard wrestled down by Waters right after the stick, so it's a gain of 2. Nice open field tackle by Nick Waters.
Yeah, Nick Waters did a great job shutting off his block right there. That stock block was not good enough for him to get his player to go outside, but we have another penalty, right?
Yeah, well, this is turning into the United Nations. Flags everywhere.
Flags everywhere.
This time it's a personal foul against the Bobcats, so the 15 they just got, they'll go get back the other way. And this is the kind of penalty that Coach Ladiga says has been a problem for them. You know, they just can't get out of their own way when they got a little something positive going.
Definitely.
So that should be 15s from the 15 to go all the way back to the 30-yard line, which is where they were trying to mark it before, so maybe they anticipated that. This is where it was meant to be all along. Good news for Griswold. Mason Mills getting back into the ball game, number 7 checking in. So they're going to back the Bobcats up to the 30-yard line, where it will be 1st and 25. 1st and 25. Burrows to throw. Quick over the middle. Low for Dean. Incomplete. Mills was there on the coverage.
Incomplete pass.
Ball at the 30 would be interesting. That would be if they can get a few yards, it would be interesting to see whether they try to kick another field goal. I think they'll try Howard out to 45 yards. So they need to get to the 25-yard line for it to be a 42-yard field goal. They're at the 29 right now.
Second down.
Burrows to throw again. Has time over the middle, incomplete. It was high for Coogan, and that'll bring up 3rd and long.
Going to bring up the 3rd down in about 24.
So 3rd and 24 for the Bobcats. Again, it'll be interesting whether or not they try to get enough yards and send Howard out for the field goal, or whether they're going to try to take 2 cracks at getting 24 yards. They haven't gotten that many times tonight.
No, not at all. I'd say the big opportunity right now is that the defense is not, they don't have a high safety or a protector there. Looks like they're staying in this man concept and picking up the switches on the call.
Burrows. Pressure comes up the middle. Got to get rid of it if he's going to do anything with it. He throws, and it's incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down. And the problem is they're not in field goal range. They're not going to be able to get 24 yards. They can't punt it. I don't know what they're going to do here.
Why not kick it?
Because that would be a back 7 yards from the 28, would put it at the 30. It would be a 45-yard field goal. And I don't know that Howard can get a 45-yarder, but we're going to find out right now. Let's find out if Mason Howard. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if the kick fails, it's going to come off. It's because of the snap.
It's going to be the snap.
Only because you have to get a crisp snap to give him time, because he's going to have to kick it a little lower to get that 45 yards. So you got to get a good snap and let Burrows get this thing down. 45-yard attempt from Howard. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is just short, a yard short. Mason Howard was on target. If it had been a 43-yarder, it would have been good.
I tell you, sometimes moments like this is where you sit back and try something like that. I got to give him credit for the call. Man, so close. That could have been a good one there.
There was a scene in Tin Cup when he hit one in the famous scene where he was trying to go for the water, and he hit it, and his caddy goes, breeze ticked up, and he goes, that's not going to make it. I think right off the foot, Howard knew he was going to be a yard short. He knew. He got it good.
This is the showdown with the kickers, man. This might be their opportunity to see where they're going to be in the All-Area League. If they, the winning kick can make it happen.
First down, Wolverines. Handoff goes to D'Amico. Nice cut. D'Amico puts his head down, and he'll have a first down crossing the 30-yard line. Billiot and Jinak in on the tackle for the Bobcats.
Yeah, Griswold's doing something that I always said the coaching principle is finish your play, finish your play. The guys, the stock blockers are stock blocking to the whistle. The linemen are blocking to the whistle. Then you got the running back that finishes downhill and finishes making sure he can get a couple more yards. This is the offense that's going to put the dagger in if they keep on running this way.
Keep in mind, by the way, that Mason Howard is a sophomore.
Imagine that.
He's a sophomore. So that's a Division I kicking prospect that you're looking at right there. A sophomore who can be good from 45 yards. Little quick bubble screen goes out to Mills, and he'll get 7 on first down.
Pass complete to number 7.
Mason Howard's father is tall. His brother Doug runs track famously at Bacon Academy, now at Keene State. If he can get to 6 feet tall, I think you're looking at a Division I kicking candidate. I think that would at least be interesting. We talked with Colby Mills about him being possibly a college punter. I think the kicking of both of these young men is eye-opening here tonight. 2nd and 4. Patiently Mills. Bubble screen again. Coleman has it at the 40. Coleman breaks a tackle. Coleman flagged down, tackled at the 40-yard line by Coogan. But that is going to be probably coming back. I think we're going to get a hold on the edge. You see Coach Wilcox not happy, but Coleman, the diminutive one, showed a little Smurf action on the outside.
Yo, this is what I loved about it. The play before, Casey, that young man stock block, got his head thrown all over the place, and he stayed in his block for his teammate. Then he gets the ball back, and his teammates are giving him love. Then we got a holding call. Boy, that kid's shining for his heart and soul right there. His size does not matter in this game.
Young man who recently took up golf.
Oh, a
chop block against the Wolverines.
Wow. That's not allowed.
That's a bad one too. That's going to take you way back. So Chris Coleman just recently took up golf. I saw him at the golf course one time, and I was like, golf? He's like, no one hits me in golf. Really? You're not getting pounded in golf, only mentally. 2nd and long. Cutter goes in motion. Mills rolls out right, pressured in the flat. He has Cutter. Dangerous. Cutter cuts it inside, breaks a tackle, heads down the sideline. See you later. Stone Cold's gone.
Man, what a play.
That's a great Wolf Lodge touchdown.
Yeah, he was faster than everybody on that board.
Listen, Aiden Cutter's got moves that stutter and makes you utter and mutter and just feel like you're stuck. Because that kid's got cuts on cuts on cuts.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, you're on the mode. We need Kangos and we need Adidas next week. Now, how amazing. He does protect the ball, goes out there, swims, uses his speed, and burns them. Wow, great play.
Kayer in for the extra point. Sam Kayer up and through and good. Let's take a look at the dangerous Aiden Cutter.
Wow. Motion out there by himself. It isolates him. A defensive back should have rolled over, and he didn't, so that was the first mistake. Missed tackle there. 2 burns, 3 burns, and he's out there with the afterburners, taking it to the end zone. The only person to touch him is his teammate for a hug. Yes, indeed. Wolverines are on fire tonight.
30-3, Griswold on top. That was the end of the third quarter. We got one more quarter to go. We're going to start the fourth quarter with the Wolverines kicking off at 30-3.
Injuries can happen anywhere, on the road, at work, and where you least expect it. When an injury knocks you down, the legal team at Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates is here to pick you up. Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates has been voted best law firm 6 years running by readers of the day because their personal injury attorneys fight for your fair compensation so you can focus on recovery. After life's hardest hits, let their team of attorneys carry the ball for you. Contact Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates in New London and East Greenwich, 860-MMB-team and mmbteam.com. Why have one attorney? You can have a team.
We are back. Lots to cheer about.
Woo, yes, indeed.
The band is playing hard. We have ourselves an NFA kickoff. High end over end kick comes down. Ginak has it at the 20-yard line, 25, 30, breaks a tackle, 35, and Eddie Ginak gets it out close. Excuse me, check that. That was Harrison Billiot. Harrison Billiot gets it out close to the 35-yard line. So Harry with a nice run, and the Bobcats will have it. And now it becomes, this is the first time they have been knocked on their butts this year.
Yeah.
This is now an opportunity. Let's find out, how to dig deep and compete here for the remaining quarter. And Griswold, I said in my power rankings that I thought Bacon was punching outside their weight class.
Yeah.
Griswold, at the end of the day, this is about Griswold having some playmakers that are just on another level. Burrows from the shotgun on first down. Waiting for a person to come in. It's Howard. Now they don't know what they're doing, and here we go. All right. Now we're set, and we're going to get a delay of game.
That was a great call there, Casey.
That ball, delay of game. Going to back him up 5 yards.
Coming on first down, you got to know what the play is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right there is and I always go back to coaches when they're going through their hardships in a game. You have to stay focused. You have to make sure your personal is out there. You can't make the coach struggle and start picking things up.
So Bobcats, their own worst enemies, backing it up 1st and 15. Quarterback keeper Burrows will have it, and he'll get back some of the penalty yards. Not quite all of them. Let's call it 3, maybe 4. It'll be second down.
That's the quarterback keeper by Burrows. About a couple on the play. It's going to be a second down and 13.
2nd and 13.
Tell you, when you head towards this course of the season, the biggest thing is how conditioned is your team to, especially in the small divisions, how conditioned are your teams throughout the course of the game? These guys are playing fourth quarter. We only saw one little probably cramp or injury, so it's really good to see how these teams are playing right now, fourth quarter, with everybody that they need.
Second down, handoff, Lucian Dean. Not much there. That stout middle rallies to the football, and there's Boyce coming off the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, Kimani is playing a heck of a game. He's just, he sees the mismatch. He uses his hands. Now, I got to say, if you're playing somebody with the average level, you have to bring a little bit more intensity like that if you want to be looked at better. He's got to come off the ball, and I think he's got a lot of promise there. But you can't run the A-gaps right now. You got to work to off tackles the outsides.
3rd and 12. Killingly 42-0.
Wow.
Over Massac of Monroe.
Way to go, Trailblazers. Setting the tone and setting the advantage right there for them.
Dean goes in motion. Burrows rolls right. Pressured. Trying to avoid Boyce. Rolling. Throws incomplete. It's going to be 4th down.
Ball is incomplete. He's facing the backfield.
Lane Moss has been on fire today, just running all over there, sideline to sideline.
So it'll be 4th and 12.
The holding call against
hold against Griswold, a defensive hold, which is
that would
something
help
we
him
don't
out.
often see. Now, that is not a automatic first down.
No.
It is, however, a repeat of down, so it'll be 3rd now and short, 3rd and 2 at the 45-yard line of Bacon Academy. And a nice job, Griswold, right in the middle of the pack again. Boyce, along with Smizer. Burrows gets knocked back for a loss. And I think that's going to be, now they're going to call it no gain, so it'll remain 4th and 3.
Loss of a yard on the play. It's going to be 4th down.
4th down, Bobcats will have to go for it here, down 30-3, clock ticking under 10 minutes remaining in the ballgame. We got a timeout, Bacon, so we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching Game Day Live on theday.com.
On game day, the crowd may be divided, but when it comes to your legal team, the choice is clear. Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates is the legal team that fights for you and your family after you've been injured. Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates have been voted best law firm 6 years running by Readers of the Day because their team of attorneys brings strategy, teamwork, and determination to every insurance claim. Win or lose on the field, when you need real results, the legal team to call is Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates in New London and East Greenwich. 860-MMB-TEAM and MMBteam.com. Why have one attorney when you can have a team?
So I'm at this event,
Yeah.
and this person I don't know all that well is trying to make conversation, and he says to me, "Hey, what do you think of the young Patriots quarterback?" I said, "Drake May, I think he's pretty good." He goes, "Think he can be as good as the last guy there, the Brady guy?" I went, "The greatest quarterback in the history of the NFL? Probably not." Thanks for playing, though. I didn't know what to make of that question. 4th down and short. The Bobcats need a little something here. Burrows is going to throw. It has not worked out well tonight. Has time. Airs it out deep into double coverage and incomplete. I'm not sure if that one was meant for Jinak or for Cyrus Scaramamano, but either way, it goes to the turf, and the Wolverines will have a short field.
He's trying to go on the wide side, and they ran a wheel route there where the outside receiver jumped in, and then the wheel came out, but he doesn't have the arm. That's something that he could quickly throw and hit it, but at this time, it just wasn't there because those defensive backs there for Griswold doing a phenomenal job right now holding it down.
So Griswold will have the short field, 9:43 remaining. I found that to be interesting, not to put any. So can this guy be the best quarterback in the history of football?
Tell him about Frank Tarkington.
Listen, Frank Tarkington was.
That's incredible.
I'm telling you, how do you fail at these quizzes every halftime?
Because it's like clutch juice. I don't have it when you guys do 3 pounds of pasta. Plus, I'm going against a guru. You know what I'm saying? He's on fire. He's in the zone.
Mills to throw. He has time. Now he rolls out a little bit, throws across his body. Deep ball looking for Waters. He gets behind the coverage. Touchdown. He got on the other side of Cameron Taskey, and Nick Cool Waters is in the end zone. It's a great Wolf Lodge touchdown. Wolverines pouring it on 36-3.
That is the difference of the throw from someone that has experience and the other one is still working through it. He just had it right there over the outside shoulder of the defender and right to his receiver.
So, Kayer come in to attempt the extra point. As the Wolverines have had their way here, it's 36-3. Good snap, good hold, good kick. 37-3 as the Wolverines tack it on. So 9:34 remaining, 37-3 Wolverines. Let's look at the arm strength of Colby Mills and the nice hands.
As you see, he's got footwork. His footwork keeps him under. And look how he plants and throws. He has time, but he uses the natural torque of a quarterback to throw that ball outside over his shoulder. And, man, great job. I mean, practice makes perfect, right?
As we head down the stretch of this game, I think ultimately we talked about the three-headed monster of Mills, Cutter, and Waters, and we've seen all three of them on display tonight. They have been exceptional. Back to you for a second, Pasta. There was a famous episode of Cheers where Cliff Clavin was on Jeopardy.
Yes.
And the categories lined up like post offices of the world, beer, like all these things that fit. I got to come up with a 3 pounds of pasta to tap in to your unique niche knowledge.
I think I overthink it.
So I'm gonna have to go like 80s, 90s R&B, slip and slides and backyard games.
Pads and slip and slide. I'll put that in the grade 8. Y'all vote for me out there. I was talented once.
Peter, is there a subject in which you're really, really, out of touch? NFA kickoff comes down
Hollow Note style,
at the 10-yard line to Jinak. He'll get to the 20, and that's about it. 22-yard line for Macon. Is there something, Peter, that that you have no knowledge in? I can maybe
Just short of the 25-yard line. It's going to be first.
I don't
Cooking?
know.
Okay. Well, what
3 pounds of
have
pasta?
we determined what our next football game is?
We have not.
Because we're gonna need to get. I'm gonna have to find a way to get Pasta some questions that he can handle. How are you with like Jodeci and 90s R&B?
Ooh,
not great.
All right, Pasta.
Perfect.
We made it. All right.
That's right.
We might be onto something.
Every time I close my eyes.
Bobcats down 37-3, have the football at their own 20-yard line. Burrows to throw. Stays in the pocket, throws over the middle, incomplete, high for Jinak, and then almost intercepted by Du Bois, but it'll be second down.
I really got to commend the coaching staff here for Griswold. Their defense had a game plan, and they filled it to perfection. I mean, only giving up 3 points to a team that has potential to score a lot of points. It just was, key situations where their tackling was successful, and to have the front play the way they're playing, pressures the way they came, making this quarterback really work hard tonight. A good commending job for that team.
Hey, next time, could we get a category on words that start with Q?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Now I got to go to dictionary and
Quince.
study that.
Quince.
Movie reference?
White Men Can't Jump.
Thank you.
Wow.
That is Rosie Perez studying for Jeopardy. Words that end with Q. Quince was the answer. Burrows will keep it on the ground off the right tackle and get about 4. It'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Wasn't there a movie with Denzel Washington called John Q? Wepa.
Yes, not to be confused with Keanu Reeves' John Wick series.
That's right.
Not to be confused with game show host Wink Martindale.
Yo, for real.
Not to be confused with the Martindale collars used on Greyhounds. Not to be confused with the buses, also
That's
Greyhounds.
Right.
Not to be confused with the bus, Jerome Bettis.
Yo, for
I
real.
can keep going.
Yo, how about nothing to confuse but the Q-Berts in the Q-Bert game?
That is a word that starts with Q. We can't argue that. 3rd and 6 here at Griswold. Bobcats in the shotgun with Riddick Burrows to throw. Has a man, and it's incomplete as he was looking for Mason Howard, defended by Mason Mills. So that was some Mason work down on the field right there as Mason defended Mason. And it's going to be 4th down.
4th down.
Bobcats would appear to be in a punting situation. You don't want to give Griswold the football at the 26-yard line. But down 37-3.
Yeah, they might go for it because all the offensive linemen are there, and they usually get replaced with special team players during that. But you never know. The offense could do the pooch kick, and we've seen that throughout the season.
Pooch kick, Burrows, no one there. Takes a nice bounce for the Bobcats inside the 35-yard line to the 32.
Great special teams right there. Good job.
And it'll be downed by Billiot. And the Wolverines will have it at the 32-yard line.
Griswold will have the ball.
Looking ahead after this one, we do not have a football game next week as we will be preparing for the ECC Finals. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 27th, 28th, and 29th. Girls soccer here at Griswold, boys soccer at Ledyard, and girls volleyball at New London. 2 games each night, Division II and Division I. So Pasta, you get a little break.
Yeah.
We'll be running the soccer volleyball. So I'll have Colin Delaney and Madison Canestrari.
Yes, great people, great, awesome people.
And then we'll be back after that the following week with another football game to be determined. We're in the flex part of the schedule. Griswold hands the ball off to Cutter. Cutter patiently waiting for blockers, but gives time for the Bobcats to flow to the football, and they do. And first guy to actually get there is Amani Jeanette, and now he makes the tackle, and it'll be a gain of 1.
Hey, quick question. Is the math formula Q equal MX plus B true? I'm just thinking, and there was a Q in math sometimes, I remember there it was used. Is that the intercepting factor where they were there? Q equals MX plus B. Uh-oh, we got these guys using a computer right now, guys. Hold on, America. Pasta might say something intelligent.
2nd and long. New players into the ball game. That toss is to Steven DeRose, and he'll get about 3 or 4 yards back. So new quarterback into the game. It'll be Liam Cassidy, the sophomore. So it looks like Griswold has decided to get some people some reps and get them into the ball game.
So you were close, Pasta. You're thinking of slope intercept form.
That's right, the Pythagorean theorem, right?
Which is y equals mx
plus
b.
See, I knew it. See, that's my script used to always mess it up.
And that's a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
C squared, yeah. Well, that's my cue. I'm out of here. Get it? That's CUE, right?
3rd down.
It's good to see the young players going in here and finishing this game up.
Little dive play. Getting up close to the sticks is number 30, Gabe McCormick. So it'll be 4th and 1, and I don't know that Griswold won't just go for it here. Clock running with 6:20 remaining. Final score, Killingly 42, Massac 7.
That is awesome.
That is a shot across the bow of the Fairfield County schools, letting them know that the northeast corner is well represented here by the Trailblazers. 4th and 1, punt oncoming. Mills, high kick, bounces and takes a bacon bounce, and it goes all the way back to the 44-yard line. So the Bobcats will have it as Mason Mills dives on the football.
Oh, man.
So the Bobcats will have it at the 44 with 5:50 remaining. Let's see if the Bobcats keep the first-team offense out there or if we see any second-team Bobcats out there as well. Looks like Josh Cady is prepared to come in at quarterback for Bacon. The senior Cady will replace Riddick Burrows here with 5:51 remaining and Griswold on top 37-3. Bobcats in good field position. Dean stays in the game at running back. Jinak, Howard, so it looks like it's Cady as the replacement across the motion. Howard gets the jet sweep. Mason Howard tries to get inside, and he is tackled on the edge by a host of Wolverines. They are solitary animals, but they operated as a pack right there.
Yeah, that was a great defensive effort right there. Trying to get their shine on this beautiful night here. I'll tell you, they did a great job with this field. I remember years back, Casey, this was probably one of the muddiest fields right alongside Ledyard, and the turf here is beautiful. The fan base is awesome. Even the side of the hill here brings me back those nerve-wracking days when I had to do the hills over in New London.
Yeah, the Griswold complex is one of the best. The softball,
really nice.
baseball, football,
yes.
It's a great combination. Obviously, lacrosse and soccer use it as well.
Right.
It's a beautiful, beautiful complex they have here at Griswold with all the schools located right here on site. So it's one-stop shopping for all of your athletic and academic needs. 2nd down and 8. Howard comes in motion again. This time they're going to do the jet sweep to the other side, but Howard cuts it up the middle, has a first down. Mason Howard to the outside and more. Crosses the 30, heading down the 20. Mason Howard in the red zone with a beautiful run for the Bobcats. Sophomore Mason Howard, the future of Bacon Academy right there. You can see it on display. Beautiful run to the outside, and the Bobcats are in the red zone.
Oh, definitely nice cutback as he read that the defense was just overrunning and over pursuing. You know, he saw that angle and came right back, and he used his natural speed to try to get out there.
So Katie is in as the new quarterback. We got a little wardrobe malfunction because when he was playing defense, evidently he had something on that now he can't have on. And why did we tie a knot? Is that a Fisher's knot?
Well, it looks like it was one of his headbands that he had on.
Someone get the scissors. There we go. Coach
when
has
it comes down like that, you definitely want to have that out because that is something that could be unsafe there. If a defender tries to grab that, then it's no bueno.
They got to hurry up to the line. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Howard goes in motion across the formation again. They give it to him for a 3rd time. Breaks the tackle and falls forward inside the 10-yard line. So Mason Howard shed a tackle in the backfield, and he has gotten 3 straight jet sweeps.
Oh, yeah.
And a 5 on the play, 2nd down and 5.
2nd and 5. Ball is marked right at the 10-yard line. Clock down to 4 minutes and 10 seconds and running. Second down. Katie from the shotgun. Gonna throw. Quick little screen. Has his man, and wrapped up very quickly is Harrison Billiot. And that'll bring up 3rd and 4. As always, at the end of this game, you're going to want to find our social media Game Day CT for the Waterford Dental Health Coaches interview, the Roberto's Log Cabin Player of the Game Day. Eventually, you'll see the beautiful highlight package brought to you by Messier, Massad, Burdick and Associates, and the Core Plus, doing business as Science Federal Credit Union, sensational play of the game.
Mm-hmm. There were some good plays here tonight.
3rd down. Katie gonna keep it himself. Has a hole, has a 1st down, heads towards the end zone, stopped inside the 5-yard line. But a good run from Josh Katie has the Bobcats with 1st and goal, or are they gonna mark him short? 4th and 1. Let's see what the officials say. They're gonna mark him just short, 4th and a couple of feet. This is where you really want, as a second teamer, you really want to get in the end zone because you want 37-10 doesn't feel quite so bad.
Quite bad, yeah.
And as a defense, you really so bad want to keep him out of the end zone because you're like, the first team was 37-3. You want everyone to know that.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you're going to see them keep it with Katie here, similar to what we just saw.
I totally agree with you. It's the most secure play right now. Get him a 1st down and try to get a touchdown here.
Snap to Katie. Goes off the right tackle, has it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats.
Right.
Josh Katie is into the end zone for a Great Wolf Lodge touchdown. Hey, listen, the second team knows that the first team at Great Wolf Lodge has the best indoor park experience for all families. That's a Great Wolf Lodge touchdown for the Bobcats. So 37-9, and they'll send Howard in for the extra point. We've already seen him bang a field goal and just miss on a 45-yarder. He hit it 44.5. Good snap, good hold. Line drive kick is up and good. And with 2:10 remaining, it's 37-10, Griswold on top. Let's take a look at Katie and the tough running off her right tackle.
A lot of heart, but the goal kick out right there. That leader, number 66, kicks out there, and he has a hole to run in there and score.
As we sit here and try to decide the Roberto's Log Cabin Player of the Game Day, I'm going to just say to Pasta and to Peter, again, I feel like we've got any of the big three of Griswold could easily lay claim to the Roberto's Log Cabin Player of the Game Day. In addition, though we don't often give it that way, I think if I could give it to the defensive interior of Griswold, I would as well. Like
Yeah,
that
those two
Boyce
guys were
and
awesome.
Moss.
You know,
And
yeah, Moss,
played
those guys.
they played so well, but as well as Alex Diaz. But we'll be thinking about it. We saw Waters get into the end zone multiple times, Cutter get into the end zone multiple times, Mills getting them the ball to do that.
Yeah.
Defensively, Waters with an interception, Cutter playing great. Special teams, Mills with a field goal. I'm at a loss. You can flip a coin.
I love the hard work of D'Amico. I mean, he was awesome too. This is going to be one tough one because these kids utilize that offense to be so balanced.
Do you have a three-headed coin?
Yeah, like a three-headed coin, really. Rodan, who wins it? Rodan. Put their heads right there. Boom. No, Rodan was a pterodactyl. My fault. The other one with the three heads.
Wait, is Godzilla trivia something that you might be able?
Maybe. I can get down with that.
Peter, were you a creature double feature person?
If you put the Three
No, I got
Stooges,
nothing.
You had nothing on Godzilla?
yeah, and then ask him about the Three Stooges. Does he know anything about Three Stooges?
I might know the Stooges.
Oh boy! All right,
Then don't use that next week.
All right, we'll see what we come up with.
How
for
about the
next time.
Honeymooners? Ralph Cramden.
Big leg
What a
from
kick.
Howard.
Wow, what a kick.
And out of bounds.
Whoa.
DeRose out of bounds.
By number 2, Stephen DeRose. Knocked out of bounds.
2:05 remaining here in the ball game. 37-10. Griswold on top.
See, after a game like this, Casey, I'll tell you right now, you think about a steak or something, maybe a nice bowl of clam chowder, because this has been a cold night. It's kicking in right now. And you know me, I'm full of bacon.
And a shepherd's pie for lunch.
Wow, you lucky, man. Shepherd's pie.
No leftovers of that for dinner, unfortunately.
Oh. You got me with that maple bacon donut, man.
First down. Cassidy to throw.
Whoa, here we go.
Deep ball, airing it out into double coverage, incomplete, but we're going to get a
Don't-
flag.
Don't throw the flag, Mr. Referee. It's over here.
Pass was incomplete.
You know, he does have the right to throw that, as the defender did not, turn and pivot to defend, go after the ball. But in a situation like this, that was an incomplete. We could keep moving forward.
So of all the things that face high school football, Mike DeMauro chose that right there.
Yeah.
The spot foul for pass interference. That's the thing he would change most about high school
I'm
football.
happy it favored this way, because that was, kind of like undutiful. But again, I mean, I think they have the young guys in. They want to throw a little fun. These fans here want to see some more action. But if it's me, I'm working on trying to kill that clock, get that victory in there, and work it through. We'll see what happens.
1:58 remaining here.
I think this is it, my brother.
It was a dead ball foul against Bacon. It was a dead ball foul.
Handoff goes outside. DeRose crosses the 40-yard line, and he'll have gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. I'll tell you, it has been a lot of years here at Griswold between Kincaid Rubino, Josh Turner, now the Mills, Waters, Cutter. The dynamic skill position players at Griswold have been really good for a lot of years. Let's see if this second group shows us something for the future. And we're going to get a penalty, and we get encroachment as Zaire Farrell, the freshman lineman for Bacon. A lot of size there for a freshman. That's got to be encouraging for the Bobcats, but he jumps and it'll give Griswold a first down.
4-yard line.
Yeah, they're a very young team, and they got a lot to work with, but it's good to see that Bacon, played hard for 4 quarters and just gave their best effort tonight. Just got to give it to Griswold. They came here with a plan, and it worked out close to perfection. A miscue on the ball.
False start or illegal procedure against Griswold, as the clock has 1:04 remaining. So
Everybody moved except the center. That was the one we talked about last week.
That's right. Griswold can put it to bed if they can snap the football.
Yeah. Hey, some teams don't like the victory formation, Casey. I don't know why. It was one of my favorite moves we used, my favorite play we used in the '89 championship when we were told to do victory. That was awesome. There it is right here. Okay. This is something they got to work on in practice. You know, I'll even bring it to you like this, Casey. To the tick-tock, you don't stop.
That would be color me bad.
Yeah.
Now, the game wants to be over. I mean, this is where Adam, Happy Gilmore was saying, why won't you go home?
Yeah, why don't you go home?
Go to your home.
Here we go. The referee's have it in check right now.
There's the victory formation,
there it is.
and the clock will tick.
Three's a charm, Casey. Three's a charm.
This one's going to finish 37-10. Griswold on top of Bacon Academy as they seize control early of the Division III lead in the ECC. Stay tuned, Game Day CT, for your Roberto's Log Cabin Player of the Game Day, your Waterford Dental Health Coaches interview, highlights, and the Science sensational play of the game. For Casey O'Neill, Peter Wappy, the coach, Pasta Sanabria, and all the Game Day crew, I'm Casey O'Neill saying, hey, good night, everybody.